Car Talk Show. Coming up, we're going to talk to some of the visitors at today's Cruise In. Mars reviews the new Buick Enclave Avenir.
Nice.
And Jeff has his feature, Little Known Facts About Luxury Car Brands. It's just ahead on this segment of the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Over here to my right, to your left, would be David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could come today.
We got him up 2 weekends in a row to do this.
I know, it's truly amazing.
I know.
Yeah. He had to spend the night out on the west side of town.
Oh.
So he could be close and wouldn't make too big of a mess trying to get here.
Yeah. And,
so,
being late and all that.
David, you need to put on a headset and a microphone.
And tie your
you
shoes.
Can't get it working? Okay, well, don't worry
tie
about
your
it.
Shoes.
Then. All right, well, we are
tripping.
here, and we really appreciate it. Nice turnout here. Stan brought his real, honest-to-goodness hot rod.
He did.
With the red radiator.
Yeah.
The grill, if
red
you will.
Interior.
It was originally a
red
radiator.
wheels.
I'm very jealous.
Oh, yeah, I know. We all are. That's one good-looking car. It's silver and with a red accents and red everything everywhere, so it's all good. Would you talk to Chase and ask him what time he'll be here, if he's coming at all? Anyway, so we have all of this stuff coming up, and Stan's going to join us, the founder of Lupe Tortilla, and he's going to explain the hot rods that he brought today, and he's got quite a collection.
Well, we got a lot of people going to talk about their hot rods.
Yeah, and we also have another view for everybody to look at.
Yeah, want to do that?
Yeah,
There you go.
and that's kind of what's going on here. We've got the tables out front in the parking lot, along with all of the hot rods that are here.
Now, those tables are used when you donate an unwrapped toy. You get a taco, breakfast taco, and you can go sit out there, look at the cars, and eat your taco.
And it is a spectacular morning.
Yes, very nice.
It really is. Temperature is
cool.
probably about 68 or so.
Yeah, I would go with that.
Yeah, something like that. I could look and find out, but I'm not going to do that.
Who cares?
It doesn't make
It's
any
just
difference.
comfortable.
Yeah. There's no rain in the forecast here, so if you're out cruising about this morning listening to the show, be sure and stop by. Bring an unwrapped toy, and if you can do that, then you get a free breakfast taco. And if not, that's okay. Come see the cars.
I challenge you to bring more than one unwrapped toy. So there. I've already donated mine.
So Jeff has done the throwdown.
Yep.
And but it's up to you whether or not you want to live with that or not.
And I think Kurt's going to probably donate more.
So, Mr. Mars, who is our first guest this morning?
This is Kurt Buckholz. Yeah, spelled nothing like that.
Exactly.
He's pushing that 1966 Chevelle. It came in with a straight front axle on it.
Oh,
the gasser.
The
Yes.
four-door. It's a four-door.
Is it a real gasser?
Yes.
It's a real gasser.
In 66, at the end of the year 66, it went from a car dealership down the street to Ratfink in California.
No.
It was converted to a gasser and painted.
In 66.
Ratfink is
At
cool.
67. It was a 66 model.
Gotcha.
Sold from a dealership, went down the street at the end of the year.
And
that's what you see today.
that is so
Seriously.
cool.
That's
How in
the
the
same
world?
paint.
It's the same paint.
How did you manage to acquire that? With a lot of money and
Money and trading some really nice cars.
But did you find it on the internet or somebody?
Yes. Actually, the person found me. I had a 1927 T-Bucket, and a guy contacted me, and he said, I want your car, and I heard you're selling your car. And he happened to have that in the back of his garage.
No. In the back of the garage?
Yes, in the back of the garage.
Wow.
He had 6-car collection, and it was in the back in the corner. And I went to meet the guy, and
Are you a California guy?
no.
You flew out to California.
So, actually, this came out of just north of Galveston. Alvin?
Oh, yeah.
Are you
Alvin,
kidding me?
Texas.
Yeah, that car came out of Alvin, Texas.
My
It's
God.
been there since 2017.
Wow.
And then before that, the car was on the East Coast for like 20, 30 years.
So it's been around.
Yes, it's went from West Coast to East Coast to Texas.
Love it. Well, that is very cool.
Yeah.
And it's a 66
Chevelle.
four-door Chevelle.
Chevelle Malibu 4-door.
So we got a little bit of the length, well, originally.
Well, you get a lot of interior room and a huge trunk.
Do you put it on the street and drive it around?
I drive it everywhere.
He drove
I
it
hear-
here.
I know you.
Inspected.
No, I go get grocery store, dry cleaners.
And people say, "What in the world
Oh,
have
yeah.
you done to that car?" So tell us, for those that don't know, explain to them what a gasser really is.
A gasser really is, they set it up by how many cubic inch your motor is and how much your car weighs. And that's what class you would be in, but you could only run gasoline.
I got you.
You didn't want nitro or fuel additives. There's no additive.
But to me, a gasser has always been a front straight axle.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's always
And
a front.
all-
That's
part
also,
of it.
Yes,
All of
yes.
them are all that way.
And pretty much they say the era ends around 66.
Yeah.
And that's a 66.
And the reason that they did that was to get the car up in the air to get the weight transfer off the starting line.
Yes, because tire technology isn't what it is today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Plus the suspension and stuff. Didn't
you're
react.
putting
Yeah.
all the weight. Yes, get everything back there to, squish the tires.
And it's funny because I've not seen gasser reunions. So
That's something.
have you ever been?
I went once this year.
Did you?
I didn't take the car. I flew in rental car. It
Yeah.
was too far away.
Yeah.
But
Would you ever put that car on the strip and do that?
You know what? Maybe.
Yeah. Just depends.
Yeah.
You're having too much fun with it like you are.
I just drive it
Yeah.
everywhere.
Rather than
I do.
you might break something.
It'll put a smoke show on.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of motors it got in it?
327 with 4.7-to-1 blower on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just find the whole thing fascinating.
Yeah. The motor's 500 on the dyno.
500?
Not at the wheel, just at the motor.
Got you.
Yeah.
The flywheel.
Yeah.
So it's not,
it's nothing.
it's not fast by today's means at all.
Right.
Yeah.
But back then
puts
it
on
was.
yes, and it puts on a good show.
And look
Yeah,
fast.
you do your own EPA thing at the red lights. So
It'll
you just-
it'll lift the front end off the ground.
fun.
It will. You can pop a wheelie at a traffic light.
And I assume that you've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Research,
Time
of
or
course.
two. Research.
Yeah, just see how
Yeah,
it-
you start replacing gaskets, in the oil pan and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
things like that.
Going to court, getting out of jail.
Now, clearly,
Yes.
you're a car
Minor
guy.
things,
so.
Have you always been a car guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And do you have a collection of cars?
No, I don't.
This is your
is
collection.
This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Otherwise, I'd drive a brand new truck just like everybody else does.
Would you? You would.
You got you're being harassed by the audience.
Oh, yes.
And apparently,
He actually has a very nice truck. It just got a brand new paint job on it.
nice. Well, we may be talking to you
Maybe.
later. Let's talk to you though. So you haven't done anything to it?
No, other than clean it.
Clean it.
That's it.
And drive it.
Yeah.
And make sure that it's not leaking oil. Anything.
Yes. I added a giant speaker in the back seat. That's about it.
Got to have some tunes.
Yes. And
Yeah.
the one I have, you can just every car I get, I just take it and put it in the next
Jimmy
car.
And how long have you had that now?
May.
Wow.
May.
May.
So this is a relatively
So your show here in May,
yes.
I got the car 3 days before the show.
Oh.
Did you bring it?
I brought it here.
Well, how did
I
we
was like
miss?
the last person here. There was no parking, and they made me park right there on the curb.
Oh, okay. I think
Up
I remember
against the
that.
restaurant.
Yeah.
So I got here real late.
Just
late.
in the nick
Oh,
of
yeah.
time.
Yes, I did.
Shows
But
to go,
that's
yeah.
okay. It's all right. It's all good. I guess we need to give him a microphone.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
okay.
Or a
Yeah.
cup
Or
of coffee
not.
or something.
Yeah, cup of coffee.
I warned it, don't have me on here. There's going to be trouble.
Well, and we're all about that.
Okay.
We're car guys too, so we know about trouble. Trouble in River City. And it's not River City, but whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, Stan Holtz has made his presence known. Stanton, it's good to see you. And we're gonna have a whole hour with you at 10. You want to come on now or what?
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thank you. We appreciate
Thanks.
you. We are. Pardon me? Chase will be here at 8:30. And I phoned him earlier, and he says he's going to be here at 8:30. Why don't you sit down and put that headset on? Let's talk about, let's talk.
Let's talk about
shall we?
life.
Ladies and gentlemen, the founder of Lupe Tortilla, Mr. Stanton Holt.
The flounder. Anyway, that 60 Rambler that you saw last time I
Yeah,
was here,
it blew a radiator hose.
well, that's not what I was going to tell you. I made a gasser out of it.
Oh, you did? Oh, you told me you were going to.
Oh, my gosh.
Is it coming here today?
That's the one that broke down.
I just going to say.
Just a radiator hose. So,
Is it still coming?
Yeah.
On the back of a wrecker?
He needed water. No, it just the radiator hose came undone.
Oh, I see.
Old cars.
Yeah. So did you Did he happen to get it filled up with water? And
Somebody's taking him water.
but you know what?
And tequila.
Some things never change. I mean, we went through this when we were 16, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, earlier than that for me, my dad was in the used car business, so I started at 5.
5.
With a little cup of Bonami. Remember Bonami?
Bonami, sure.
He put a little water in some Bonami, and my job was on Saturdays at 5 or 6 years old. Of course, you couldn't do that now; it's illegal. But was to the wide white walls to take that toothbrush and get the scuff off of there.
Absolutely.
So after about 3 cars, he goes, "Here's $1. Go to the movies. Leave my cars alone." So,
now that taking the scuff mark off the wide whites.
So, they all had wide whites.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you. How have you been?
Retreads.
Retreads.
Yes.
Oh, God. Do they make car retreads anymore?
I don't even know.
I know they do for truck tires, but
yeah, they do.
I don't know.
Now, you could probably find them.
That's it right there, isn't it? Pulling in?
Yeah. Oh, cool.
There it is. So he's going to bring it around here. Hopefully we can get it on the Ram.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Stan, it doesn't get any cooler than that, buddy.
It just doesn't.
It doesn't.
Wait till you see it's got an old 50s style triangular shaped
Park it
roll
right
bar.
in front of the camera. That's good right there.
Yeah.
That's
triangular shaped roll bar.
Yeah.
Did you put that in there?
Mike Brink that built that Corvette for me 100 years ago in Dallas. His group did it, and they enjoyed it so much. I mean, they just did little extra things. They said because we're having so much fun with it.
Yeah.
It drives so good. It's got the stock motor. But that car is
it a straight 6?
Straight 6, but with an updraft Weber carburetor.
Oh, my God. Did it come with that?
No, heck no.
I thought it just had like a
little one barrel.
Yeah. One barrel.
But the car is just amazing. And I bought it for nothing. It had to be a divorce car or an estate car or,
a deal car.
Yeah, don't put a car on reserve when I'm at an auction and drinking.
And a checkbook.
Oh gosh. Actually I intentionally did not enter the auction. I intentionally didn't bring a checkbook. I'm not going to buy anything. Should be selling. Well, after about 4 of these.
4 wines.
So the car, Judd's looking for me, right? And the car is next to go up on the block. And I'm standing there, and it's got a big NR on the windshield, no reserve.
No reserve, yeah.
And I'm watching, and nobody's bidding. So I don't bid until they pick up the gavel. I don't like to help them get it up there. So I bet on the car, and he sold. And the guy said, "Okay, where's your bidder number?" I said, "I don't have a bidder number." He said, "You can't bid without a bidder number." I said, "No, I just bought that car. Sure you can." And Judd's asking Dale Holkos, "You see my dad?" He goes, "Yeah, he's right there on the big screen. He just bought something." He said, "I bought something."
Only you, Stan Holt.
So I'm not saying anything. And the guy's talking 100 miles an hour, and Judd walks up out of breath and goes, "Here, just put it on my card." I said, "Oh. There's another one coming up. Don't go away." Free cars. Anyway, yeah, it was hysterical.
Was it? So was that the January Mecum?
The one before.
Okay.
April, I think, or May. April, May, sometime in there.
That's right, because you drove it here in May stock.
Right.
You just acquired it. And
just
thought,
the way I got it.
Yeah.
But
and you told me then, you threatened me. Don, I'm going to make this into a gasser.
I couldn't resist, I'm telling you.
I remember him saying that.
Yeah. They did an amazing
So
job.
what other cars have you added that you haven't told us about that we...
Is Sheila in shouting distance?
She'll be here in a minute. She's on her way.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yes. Well, I see it looks like a Chevelle or
Chevy,
Nova
Chevy
2 wagon.
Right.
That's a new one.
No, that's not that new. I've got it a couple years.
I see it over there. That's yours?
Yes. It's so nice. And the guy that built it, I didn't. I bought it pretty much the way it is. Changed the wheels. But it's got the factory upholstery on the bench seats.
Love that.
But it's got 4-speed on the floor.
Factory 4-speed?
No. No, you can still see where the old indicator was for Power Glide.
Yeah.
But it drives so good.
What year is it?
66.
66 there's a theme going on here today.
I think so.
Yeah.
Should have been a Buick.
He's got a Buick. That was a 55? Yeah.
That was my first classic car.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This is
sir.
a Coke, right?
But what?
This right.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. We're getting some beverages.
A racing Coke.
A racing Coke. That's it.
I bought a 46 Packard.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Was it the wine
No.
again?
And it was no reserve.
Yeah? Oh, it was.
And it still has the factory paint job. It's kind of frosty. But
all right.
It's at Dale's, a reupholstering it. Original. Car runs beautifully. 38,000 miles on a 46 Buick.
And so it would have a straight 6?
Straight 8.
Oh, straight 8.
Yeah.
The Packard, yes. Okay, got you.
And it's got suicide rear doors. And it's just I don't know. I have no business buying that car. So.
Well, apparently you do.
I'll leave it to you in my will.
Do you do that?
Let's not wait.
Okay. Don, you can have the car.
You can have it now.
Yeah.
If you got a place to park it, because I don't.
You don't?
No.
You mean you filled up the hangar next door?
Those
twice. Good.
Yeah, I really am. I'm going to sell some cars. In fact, I have brought, Mary drove that's a frame-off 70 GTO 455 cubic inch. Most of them were 400s. It's a nut and bolt rotisserie car.
It's an HO.
An HO, hood tack, electronic exhaust. You can open the exhaust from the dashboard. The scoops can open from the dashboard. Here's a sweet deal. It had to be ordered by an adult in 1970 because it has factory power windows, factory air, cruise control. No kid.
The money back then.
Yeah,
Somebody
but
knew what they wanted.
Yeah, but no kid would order a car like that.
With
It was
windows and all
1970.
that. Yeah,
nothing.
exactly.
It'd just be stripped down and fast, So, anyway.
So it's got the cruise control that has the toilet chain that goes from the carburetor to some sort of thing back.
I
vacuum.
No, it's that flexible chain. I remember it very well.
But it's to
Really? I don't remember
circular
that.
vacuum.
It's under there. If it's still factory, it's under
factory.
there.
I mean, it has stainless steel exhaust. I put a tree mech in it so you can drive it on the freeway. But I'm going to sell it.
And so you hear it here first.
125.
125,000
Down.
just for you.
David,
yeah.
125.
Down.
I hear
Down.
130.
Down. No.
David's got 130.
I hear
130. Mike's got 132.
I hear
132.5.
123. We're going the other way now. 121.
Let me see. Let me get in my pocket and see what I got.
Oh my
The
God!
reason I'm going to sell the car, it probably may be the nicest car that I have,
Oh, wow.
but I don't drive it.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Why?
I just don't. It's just, it's real. When you start it, they were cold-natured. It's real rough. As soon as it gets some heat in it, smooths right out. It's just a lot of car to drive around town. The car needs to be owned by somebody that's his only car. That's his baby.
Yeah.
That's who needs to own that
Well,
car.
I think that the
Take it out on a
Pontiac
regular
Club, somebody
Sunday.
in the Pontiac Club would be
Well,
interested
I
in such
haven't
a thing.
aggressively tried to sell it. I think I put it on Facebook one time, but the car is really something.
Well, we have club members that listen to the show.
You
And
do?
So, yeah. So
People are actually listening to this?
believe
Oh
it or
my
not.
gosh.
Some that are
we're-
on
we've
parole.
been a hit now on podcasts for quite some
thought
time.
I heard a roar of
Oh,
applause.
yeah, that's right. You thought that.
We're
Can
big
you
in the
can you get an applause machine? You should
We
get one of those.
we should.
We need an effects machine.
I've got a whole bank of buttons here. I could load it
Sound
up.
effects,
God.
yeah.
We're big in the federal prison.
Are you?
Yes.
But not in
Well,
the car
see,
show
kind of a
world.
captive audience.
But see, y'all came after I got out. Y'all came on. You weren't when I was in there. You weren't on.
No, we weren't. We were in
Well,
the
we had to wait for
the
Don
back
to get
taking
out,
care of
too.
business.
The
If
ladies,
you know what I
ladies
mean.
federal prison.
I listened to that guy sit down for the rest of the story.
And now, the rest of the story.
Now the news.
Yes. Yes. That's old school, and we like it. I can relate.
I got a mind lock here.
Yeah. You're fine.
There was an announcement job you should have.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I should have all announcement
you
jobs.
should. But no, this one, you were born for this one. Doggone it, it'll come to me.
All right.
The guy was doing a terrible job.
Really?
Terrible job. Yeah, yeah. He didn't have the golden voice. You know?
I can do things like this is a test. For the next 60 seconds, this station is conducting a test. People have asked me, was that you? Yeah, that was me.
And they're looking to the skies for bombers.
The guy calling the color for the Astros stole your voice.
Oh, really?
Oh, my gosh. It sounds just like you.
Interesting. I'll have to listen when they play ball again.
Yeah.
I don't think
yeah. I mean,
he's on vacation now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's very good.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I
He
appreciate
really does
that.
have your voice, though.
He
In
does?
fact, I thought it was you. And she was, no, it's not him.
It's not
he
him.
would have called you.
I would have
I
called
said,
you.
yeah, we wouldn't be sitting in these terrible seats if he was the announcer.
That's exactly right. You'd be sitting right there back behind home plate.
I know.
Yeah.
So, let me know.
Well, we're going to take a little break. Can you
Oh,
stay with
nice.
us for a few minutes?
Yes, I can.
You,
Take a break.
You don't have anything else
Make
going
some
on?
money. I'm sure I do.
All right. Well,
Nothing
the
new.
In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the Odyssey radio app. That's AUDACY. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. And podcasts are for your taking at your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream the show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katy's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Is your car ready for that all-important holiday road trip? Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having another car social Saturday, December 7th, and you're invited. Bring your car, truck, or SUV and find out what it'll take to get that thing looking new again. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, camera installs, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Join the Car Social Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon. Talk to other owners and see how good your car can look on the road trip to Aunt Mary's. She'll want that good-looking ride in her driveway, I promise. Put it on your calendar. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Holiday Car Social and Road Trip Get Ready. Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We'll see you then.
Your arms aren't long enough, David. We're messing with stuff here that we shouldn't have to do, but whatever. It's a long story. But we thank you very much for joining us today here on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Don't forget, Gulf Coast Auto Shield hit the Holiday Road Car Social December 7th. We hope you'll stop by the In-Wheel Time remote booth, say hello. And next week we're going to be back at the Sugar Shack Studios. Their popular Zoom guests and other shenanigans. We're going to postpone your car review for the next half hour. Is that okay? Thank you. I appreciate you.
Anytime.
You
Glad.
didn't even know what I said, did you?
Yes, I did. We're going to postpone my
What
car
car
review
is
to
it?
the next half hour.
We're going to do a review on the Buick Enclave Avenir.
Oh, heck
I'd love
yeah.
to hear about that.
I'll
Well-
be happy to tell you.
I would love to hear all about it.
Would you?
Yeah.
We can do it now if
Let's
you'd like.
do it. I want to hear it.
Let's
okay.
do it.
So,
gonna
Mr.
load it up.
Mars had
No
a chance.
pressure, huh?
Yeah.
Mr. Mars had a chance to drive the Buick Enclave Avenir, and now here is his review.
Yeah, it did. Now, this is the 2025 model. This is the redesign. It's the third gen of this particular vehicle. Comes in 3 different trim levels: Preferred, the Sport Touring, and the Avenir. Of course, the Avenir is top of the line. That's what we happen to be driving. This is their midsize SUV. Again, redesigned, 3-row, 7-passenger. I'm not a big fan of that.
I thought that the Enclave was the top of the line big boy.
Yeah. For Buick.
Buick says on the Buick side it says midsize.
Okay.
Mine's the midsize.
All right.
Well, there's 3 different sizes. Either
All
way,
right.
I'm going to
Mine's
mark through
large.
that. Then.
You just do your thing.
It's
Mr.
an SUV with 3 rows.
That's it.
It's got a front. We happen to have the one that had the black trim on it. You can get black or gold or chrome depending on which trim package you happen to pick up on. Large new grille, got the thin headlights and everything's got the black trim, blacked out grille. Happen to be rolling on some 22-inch black wheels that are aluminum that kind of match everything. It's got fine puddle lamps, got the brushed aluminum roof rails, panoramic sunroof, power lift gate. It's got all the things that you might look for in a semi-luxurious SUV. It's not quite up there, but it's kind of like a semi-luxury. It's a really nice premium leather seating. Front seats are heated, ventilated, and they have massaging. The second row is heated seats as well, and the third row is a power lift fold-up. You know, the little buttons on the side folded up and down.
Yep.
Got a 30-inch instrument panel infotainment system. I mean, this thing goes all the way across the dash.
That's what I have in mine.
And it's got everything in it as far as your convenience controls, your audio and everything. The only thing that bothered me about it is a couple of them, the steering wheel, you got to kind of look around it because they've got everything placed and spaced out in there. Mainly with the CarPlay. The Apple CarPlay kind of seemed to be a little blocked up. But it was easy enough to work with. It just seemed a little awkward. Heads-up display with a rear-view camera and mirror that works really well on the back of it. Had the 12-speaker Bose premium audio system in it. Nice sounds.
Yep.
Up under the hood, 2.5-liter turbo, 328 horsepower, 326 pound-feet of torque. Now, this is 20%. It's a smaller motor than they had last year, but it's got 20% more torque built into it. 8-speed automatic. It will tow up to 5,000 pounds with the available tow package that's on it. Now, the EPA says you should be getting about 19 miles to the gallon in the city, 24 out on the highway for a combination of 21. Now, I did get that 21 across the 461 miles I drove this vehicle. It was a busy week that I had.
Yeah, it's a good truck.
Now, out on the highway, we had the adaptive suspension, so it gave it a real nice kind of a luxury ride. It's not real wishy-washy, but, I mean, it was firm, but it was there. Had the active noise reduction package. A couple of times I thought a little bit of the road noise picked up, depending on the road surface, but it was really pretty quiet. Now, base model price on this particular vehicle, an Enclave, is $45,000. But you step up into the trim, the Avenir trim, starts base at $58,000. We had a couple of options on here. $65,125 was the MSRP on this particular vehicle. Look for something to compare it to. Probably the
My house.
Yeah, the Acura MDX is not bad, $51,200. You can get a little bit cheaper in that same size with some comparable features. Hyundai Palisade, $36,800. Kia Telluride, $37,397 started. These are base prices. Or you could also look again back up to that little more money. Go to the Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid that starts at $43,320. So it's a great driving vehicle. Buick has come a long way, and I'll tell you, I got more people talking to me about the new logo, the way they've changed the logo.
I know. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
It's the same, the three shield thing, but they've kind of ghosted it out, if you will.
But
and
yeah,
it really looks good.
It's red, white, and blue. If you look at it.
Yeah, but it used to be solid.
It
Now
used
it's
to be
kind of
solid.
just in
It's
the
red,
corners.
white,
But
and blue.
everybody,
I
is
like
that
it.
Buick? Yeah, it's the same logo.
Everything you mentioned on that Enclave I have on my Envision.
Do you?
Yes. I don't have the roof, but I didn't want the roof.
Well, not down here.
Heated seats and all. I don't have the power back seat, but didn't want it.
Do you have the third row?
No, got a 2-row.
To me, that is ideal for
Yeah,
that
I
size
agree.
vehicle.
You should have had a Buick.
No, I have a Sorrento. that
Wouldn't
has
you
two
really
rows.
rather have a Buick?
Yeah.
I would now.
I want to think about it. He said the word comparable. Isn't it comparable?
Well, that's yes, but he's
a journalist. I mean,
well, but he lives in Nederland.
oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
We say coupe, they say coupe.
I drove through Nederland one time really fast, so I'm not familiar with the town.
You're the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to go
The
through
highway's
Nobody,
past your
nobody
town
goes
now.
there.
Yeah, you don't want to go slow through there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, today's In Real Time Car Talk Show is sponsored by the group of original Lupe Tortilla restaurants in Houston, Beaumont, and College Station, Gulf Coast Auto Shield, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories. We will continue the In Real Time Car Talk Show after these brief messages.
The holidays are upon us, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories is your local one-stop for the auto enthusiast on your gift list. Pro-Am Auto has been serving Houston since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am was one of the very first distributors in the U.S. for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbeau, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier shopping corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse and showroom with installation and service bays. Pro-Am reaches a worldwide audience through ProAmAuto.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. Holiday gift giving is alive and well at Pro-Am Auto. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
Hey, Houston, it's back! America's greatest hot rod tradition is Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Auto-Rama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 days of hot rods, customs, trucks, and muscle cars. Don't miss the Evel Knievel tribute. The Megamorph. Transforming robot car. Lowrider Showcase. Meet Catherine Bach from Dukes of Hazzard. Hip-hop legend Flava Flav. Farm Truck and Asian from Street Outlaws. Auto-Rama. Thanksgiving weekend. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
Well, I'm not ready to do the intro right now, but I'm going to do it anyway as soon as my big thumbs manage to turn the page. From the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, another guest, Stan Holt is our guest.
All right.
At the beautiful Cruise In here at Tailpipes and Tacos.
Good crowd filling
Yep,
up the
it
places.
is.
Yep.
We're going to have the events calendar. We're also going to get to the little-known facts about popular luxury car brands. We're going to do that this half hour. Don't let me forget to do that, okay?
The what?
Yeah, your feature.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. We're good.
All right. Well, at any rate, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, we always need more Jeff Zekin, our chief engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Thank you, and we appreciate that.
Just want to tell the folks that are out there, you donate an unwrapped toy, you get a free breakfast taco. But you can still donate cash to the charity, can't you, Stan?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you
So
can still do
the
that as
toys
well.
go to Toys for Tots and Houston Children's Charity.
Right.
Get a free breakfast taco, and you'll be good to go.
So I challenge everyone to step up.
Step it up.
Set that money free.
Yeah.
I understand we had an election recently.
Did you?
That's
Yeah,
coming up,
I
isn't
just
it?
heard about it this morning.
Did you really?
Yeah, interesting.
You've been busy, eh?
Yeah, I've been busy, and apparently he's been president before.
Something like that.
You
Yeah.
talk about Don, right?
That's the
Strange
story.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And
Apparently he's selecting now his
Cabinet.
cabinet, and apparently a couple of the choices have mixed feelings about them, but we'll see how it all shakes out.
He's filling up his cabinet, and she's emptying hers.
yes. And why do they call it a cabinet?
I don't know. I would call it maybe a duvet.
Liquor cabinet.
Or
A duvet.
A duvet.
A duvet. Do you remember the duvets?
I do not.
Oh,
yeah, they live next to
Yeah.
Johnson.
Right down the
I
street.
do, right down the street from the
Carl
Johnson.
and Wilma. Carl and Wilma Duvet.
Yeah, nice people.
Great.
Great
Yeah,
people.
Yeah, they're
Immaculate
really
lawn.
Yeah.
Small middle-class family.
Have Pushmore. Yeah.
Pushmore.
Yeah.
A real
Pushmore.
REEL.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Our guest today in the hot seat is the founder of Lupe Tortilla. That'd be Mr. Stan Holt, car collector and avid racer. How did the racing season go for you?
a lot of fun.
That's not what I was looking for. We had a lot of success, fill in the blank.
Yeah, and we didn't.
We didn't.
Everything stayed together. That's good.
Well, that's
news.
good.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing.
You didn't blow any motors up or anything?
I didn't say that.
Oh, well, then it didn't apparently.
The comp car. It's
You blew up the
Well-
cop car?
Comp.
several times.
Oh, comp.
Oh, those
Comp.
cars.
Oh,
It's a ridiculous sport. I never understood why they call it the I hate money class, but now I do. It's so close,
Interesting.
so close to super stock now, but it's not because the motor's just whining them at 12,000 RPM. You're gonna a little 292 cubic inch motor.
Wound up to 12,000 RPM?
Yeah,
How do they keep it together?
they don't.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
But we were talking about your cars.
Oh, my car. That's my car.
You have a comp car.
Yes.
Well, this is all new.
What
to me.
happened to the What was it, stock or was it super stock? The Nova?
Both.
No, that's Sheila's.
She drives a stocker.
She drives it. Yeah.
We have 2
the
super
Nova.
stockers.
And now you got a comp car.
Comp car.
Who
another
drives the comp?
stocker,
And a gasser.
Jared and a gasser.
Jared
We got
drives
four,
the comp
4
car.
dragsters.
My God.
4 dragsters.
4 dragsters. I bought Chase's wife a. We didn't buy one. We had it built.
He talked about that the last time we were here.
Oh, he did?
That
Yeah.
she was
Please-
getting
please-
that. He was getting her started.
Please
in that.
finish the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was a wedding present to
Okay.
Mariah, and built to her specifications. And she said she wanted what the heck is his name? That's ruining the story.
It doesn't make any difference, does it?
It does, because the point of the story was she wanted a car made by this guy,
Oh, I see.
carbon fiber.
Oh boy.
This particular dashboard electrical system. I said, could you be more specific? Anyway, we built it just like that. And so she's been down the track.
She knew what she wanted.
Oh my gosh, did she?
I didn't know that she was a racer.
That's
didn't
where they
either.
met.
Really?
He was just out of juniors, and she was still racing juniors.
That
Maybe
sounds awfully
he might still
familiar
be
to me.
racing juniors, yes, doesn't it?
Sounds awfully familiar.
Track,
Huh?
We call them track babes.
Track babes.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
Yeah,
you found one.
No.
Gold diggers.
Gold diggers. Okay.
Well, I wish
I wouldn't go
I
there.
wish I'd have known about gold diggers when I
Yeah.
was a teenager. Man, those are
Wasn't there
great
like a
people.
dance? A dance
They're
troupe.
awesome.
The Gold Diggers dance troupe.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's
Yeah.
great.
But no, we're a racing family, and we
pretty
haven't made
cool.
our plans for next year. But Chase, 3 days ago, he and his wife had their first child.
Just
Yeah.
found that out. Congratulations.
Yeah.
He's trying to figure out how to hold that and shift the car and hold the baby. And
No
And
car
you-
seat.
you-
And
Get
you
one of
know,
those.
I heard that you are now a great grandfather. On top
I
of
would say above average.
Not necessarily
just
great,
great,
just
just
above average.
Yeah,
above average
yeah,
grandfather.
above average.
Yeah.
So, depending on who you're talking to,
I understand.
which kid. Yes, I am a great grandfather, and he was born on my birthday.
Oh, be darned.
That is too cool.
Very good.
And the name?
Congratulations.
I can't remember. a lot of grandkids.
Yeah, gotcha.
I know.
That one's
Calvin.
new. That
Steve's
one's
Calvin.
new. You haven't got it quite memorized yet.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Uh-huh.
The
Well, I'm
heir apparent.
I'm trying to pick myself up off the floor after the comp.
Yeah, this is the
Comment.
second year of racing the comp car. It's a
Well,
a
you know,
Cobalt.
I don't get to see you very often,
I know.
and I would like to change that, but you're a man
Well,
on the go.
Since I got caller ID, I mean it's it's separating us. I don't know.
You know,
And he said it with a straight face.
I did.
I know.
And I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's
Anything
been,
Stan
it's been
says,
this
you gotta
way
believe.
since that first dinner meeting at Shanghai Reds or whatever it was in Las Vegas.
Oh my gosh!
Do you remember that?
I think they closed that place
Right
That
after you
Shanghai
guys
right
Reds,
after we
but-
left.
Yeah, right after we left.
Contaminated it.
LaChoy, I don't remember, some sort of Chinese food. And that's where you told me the nut joke.
Yeah, I have some embarrassing photographs of you and I. We were fully clothed, but I have
Yes.
some
That's
embarrassing
amazing.
photos. We were at a
We
nightclub or some kind of Vegas
Yeah.
show, just the two of us. Don had something to drink, of course.
only me.
Only him.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked. This is my
I was
shock
a
look.
designated drunk driver, and we had these goofy sunglasses on.
And I believe that Greg
yours,
Enders was with us.
yours was heart-shaped, and mine was star-shaped. No, Greg wasn't with us. I don't know.
He
Greg
wasn't with
Enders.
us?
No, I don't know him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you.
already.
I know.
I will tell you that I vaguely remember that night, vaguely, because I
should have
clearly
brought the
had way
picture.
too much to drink, and somehow I managed to stagger my way across the street.
It was bad.
Was it the Imperial Palace show?
It was.
Don't tell,
my gosh!
Don't tell anybody that we were at the Imperial Palace.
Listen, they had drapes that matched the bedspread.
It was
Pillow shafts that matched the drapes.
so bad.
Pillows on the chairs that matched the drapes. A little petty print thing.
Oh, it was-
And the ceilings, they got an extra floor of the hotel. They lowered all the ceilings a foot so you could get an extra floor. And you could stand on the phone with your head on the ceiling like this, resting like you're against the wall. One of my favorite stories about that hotel is Rob Geiger calls me.
Oh, God.
He's the one that hooked us up with that hotel through
Yep.
David Nickens. And anyway,
Hey, man.
he called me and
Got
he
a
said,
great deal. Free rooms.
he said, I'm here. I said, where? He said, I'm at the Imperial Palace. He said, you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you. I said, well, try me. He said, well, I got to the front desk, and they said, would you like to upgrade? I said, well, they're going to let you sleep in your car in the garage? He said, they've finished or decorated or remodeled
Yeah.
a wing of the hotel, and they said for an extra $10 a night. True story. You can stay in the remodel wing. He said, does anybody say no to that? She said, yes, everyone does. Did they tear it down?
I don't believe it exists anymore.
I don't think that. I think there's a hole there.
They should have torn it down when we were there.
While we were in
that
it.
was that was in 2006.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Wow.
That was 2006.
That's not very long ago.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have to count us in dog years. Yeah.
Gee whiz. That place was probably the biggest dump. It was dumpier than the Circus. And that's pretty dumpy.
It was bad. But it's a great memory.
It is a great memory.
Yeah.
We
made it
have
through
stories to
unscathed.
tell.
Well, the only thing really good about it is that we didn't see anybody we knew there but
Thank
each
God.
other. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
None
that's
of our
it.
friends
And there was
would
no
stay
cell
there.
phone cameras or anything like
No,
that.
they don't even have security cameras.
No,
Didn't even have security.
no, there was no security.
Oh, well, you know what? They got cash laying all over the tables everywhere. But they had the paper towels locked up in the restroom.
Oh, well, you got to protect the expensive stuff, yeah.
Not getting in there.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that was quite an experience.
It was, and
It really was.
the good time was to be had by all. And I was working for the drag racing team, David Power's own, and I remember stumbling out to the parking lot with Stan, and Stan says, "Why don't you come to work for me?" Well, Stan, I've got a job. You really need to come to work for me. Okay. So, I don't know, a couple of months later, Stan, you offered me that job. I did.
I did. What job?
Yeah. And,
Dishwasher.
No, it was
Pimp.
catering manager.
Catering manager.
I said, Stan, I don't know anything about catering. He says, you don't need to know
Me
anything.
either.
I'll tell you. I'll teach you everything you need to know about catering. Okay. So I left the drag racing team. My dad wasn't doing well, so it gave me an opportunity to spend some time with him in his last couple of months. Anyway, I wound up going to work for Stan for a couple of years, and let's hear what he's saying to him, shall we? Let's hear.
No, you can't have a raise. Cocktail waitress. Jeez.
I know.
Pretty.
Yeah,
Pretty.
Well,
Yeah. Well-
apparently he's gone the Sinead counter route and shaved her head.
Anyway, I interrupted your story.
Anyway, no, it's okay. So I went to work for Stan for for
that's where we were.
couple of years. Actually, I was the catering manager, and then it all kind of went downhill.
Wait,
with
you think
Stan.
there's a correlation there?
Yeah,
Him
it
being the
seems
manager
to be
went downhill and
pattern.
didn't know anything about the business.
He had to
and
close
went
3
downhill.
restaurants.
I could teach him everything. Oh, that's
It was a transitional period in our lives.
There you go with the trans stuff again.
very good. Yeah.
That's right.
We were among the first.
Yes, we were.
We transitioned.
Yes, we were transitioning.
It's expensive. Jeez.
Yeah, and yes, I remember some late night phone calls that you and I had, and it was like, ooh, yeah, are we all going to make it through this? We both, yeah. It was,
Those that have never seen Craig Bierman's home.
oh Lord, yes.
So, as broke as I was, I had a limousine. Broke as I've ever been. So Don and I show up to this party
At Bierman's.
at Bierman's.
And
so
he's never been to Bierman's house.
I'd never been to Bierman's house, and I'm just amazed. And
And you're in the limousine.
I'm in a limousine, and we got out of the limousine, went inside, and I'm just, if you've ever seen it, it's just, you can't even explain it.
No, you can't explain.
And I ended up dancing on the glass case of some kind.
Yes, it was a pole dancing kind of thing with lit
He
thing.
put a stage in for me after that, a wooden stage with a pole.
Just for you.
just for me.
Yeah.
What a deal.
It was. But
Have you
anyway,
been
let's
back?
not
fast forward. I called Don. I want to double back to the story, but I called Don. I said, Don, I had the strangest dream.
Yes, he did.
He said, what was it? I said, you and I were in a limo. And we went to this house, and it looked like a normal house, except it had a neon address on the front. It was just normal. You open the door, and it was a life-size Marilyn Monroe with her dress blown up, a full-blown taxidermied elephant. And Don's laughing. I said, let me finish. You got to hear this story. So I tell him all about the house and the dream. I said, he said, Stan, that was Craig Bierman's house. We were there together. It wasn't a dream. So back to the story. Everybody's outside. The only place you could smoke was outside, and the seats along the pool are
Ejection seats out of a jet fighter, yeah.
And they're all sitting there and smoking some funny cigarettes around the corner, I think. And so I go missing. And I hear Don, Stan, where are you? Where are you? So I had gotten down to my boxer shorts.
Oh, boy.
I'm glad to clear that up for anybody that wondered. Boxers are brief, so cleared that up. Anyway,
The world wanted to know.
the fuselage of this jet is the pool slide. So I crawl up the ladder.
The air intake of a jet fighter.
And so I'm crawling up the ladder, and I get in head first in this jet fuselage with my underwear on the crowd around the pool. I don't think I made a splash when I hit the
it
water.
just went whoosh, bloop, bloop.
Yeah, this
And he was in there. And then all of a sudden he comes
I
out of the
come up
middle of the pool.
like the water dancers, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
Synchronized swimming.
Synchronized swimming. I'm doing this spin, and people are just mesmerizing.
Yeah. Where did he come from?
Yeah. Out of the drain to the bottom of the pool? It's all part of that dream.
Yep.
So you were hired for swimming events after that.
Hangover to remember.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. Those were different times back then.
I know.
I don't know as if I could do all that again.
Whew, that hurts.
Just thinking about it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been down the road a time or two.
Yep.
You know, I was kind of hoping that maybe perhaps that we could get the nut joke. Do you think we could?
No, I can't.
You can't do that?
No, on the air. It's too. In this day and age, it's too offensive.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
No,
you can't do it.
You can do it, but you're not going to choose to do it.
But I can tell you the Ralph Williams Chevrolet convertible story.
Yeah?
That won't hurt anybody's feelings.
No.
Maybe Ralph.
So this guy's watching the ad, Ralph Williams, and he's got this beautiful Chevy convertible. And there's a girl in a bikini sitting in the passenger seat. And he's hawking the car and telling you all about it. And, you know, come on down, bring your mom, bring your girlfriend. Come on, we'll dick her. And so, so true story. And, excuse me. So this guy's at home. He's watching this ad. He's saying, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So he drives down to the Chevy dealership, and they say, can we help you, sir? Yeah, not an ad on a Chevy convertible and this beautiful blonde, the bikini. And it said if you buy the car, she comes with the car. Well, that's true, not permanently, sir, but yes, you have a date with the girl in the bikini. And that's amazing. How much in the car? They told him, he said, I'm buying. I'm done. We're done here. Write it up. They get in the car, and she's sitting there. He goes, this is amazing. Oh, my God. So he goes about a block, and he said, you think I could hold your hand? Yeah, sure. I don't see why that's a problem. Oh, my God. This is amazing. He goes another block. He pulls over. He said, do you suppose I can have a little kiss? He said, sure. I don't think that's harmless. You know, gives her a little kiss on the cheek. He goes, oh, my God, this is so amazing. He drives another 2 blocks. And he pulls in. He says, and it's a question, but I'm really shy. Do you mind if I whisper it? No, go ahead. So he whispers in her ear, and she comes back. She says, oh, no, sir, you got that when you bought the car.
Well, we cleaned that right up, didn't we? Yeah, that's the way to go. I like it.
Jokes you can tell at church.
Tell the nut
Jokes
joke,
you
eh?
can tell in church.
Church.
To your great-grandchildren.
Yeah, who are constantly calling me what? What? Anyway,
Oh my gosh! Well,
nice to be at a cruise in.
it is.
It's been a while.
And thank
Beautiful
you. Yes,
weather.
thank you. Yes, it has.
I'm
been.
afraid to turn around. Is there any cars behind me?
There are
Absolutely.
cars. Yeah, the
Lot of
parking
cars.
lot's full.
That's good. There's
is.
another
So I want to know, huh?
another big car
In
show
fact,
going
they're
on right
rolling
now.
over into the adjacent parking
There
lot
is?
now.
Yes.
Yeah.
In Cyprus.
Oh,
They do it once a year.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just telling you because I have to leave in a few minutes and going down.
You're
to
not going to go. No, you're not.
No, because I'm on at 10
Well, yeah,
ish.
ish. Yeah. Did we have anybody you lined up?
Well,
to?
no, I've been busy listening to stories.
I see. Well, so we're going to take another quick break because it's that time to do it. We got it right this time?
I think so.
All right. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show, 24/7 through the Odyssey radio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. Grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream our live show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katy's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana, the Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Is your car ready for that all-important holiday road trip? Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having another car social Saturday, December 7th, and you're invited. Bring your car, truck, or SUV and find out what it'll take to get that thing looking new again. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, camera installs, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Join the Car Social Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon. Talk to other owners and see how good your car can look on the road trip to Aunt Mary's. She'll want that good-looking ride in her driveway, I promise. Put it on your calendar. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Holiday Car Social and Road Trip Get Ready. Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We'll see you then.
Welcome back to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. I wanted to remind you that next Saturday's live broadcast will originate from the Sugar Shack Studios with some of our most popular Zoom guests. So we invite you to tune in for that. That's 10 to noon next week. This show today, we started at 8, we go to 11, and the reason that we do that, actually, it was the original reason that we do this,
Right.
Was this show when we started several years ago doing remote broadcasts. And we kind of coincided it with the actual car show itself, 8 to 11.
Right.
And the reason at 11 o'clock we cut it off is because the restaurant opens at 11 o'clock
Right.
for regular passengers.
So this is beyond their normal events, their normal business hours. So
And it's funny because this is an event. So you can imagine a regular restaurant that opens for lunch. They all get here at 6 o'clock to cook breakfast and do breakfast tacos here.
And there are all kinds of vehicles out here. There's new, there's old, there's classic, there's gassers like we have out
Yeah,
here.
well, 2 of them. One is Stan's, the Rambler.
Now, there's a parking lot behind where you see us. That's filling up, and then there's another parking lot behind the building of Lupe that's filling up as well.
Yeah.
So you've got a 360 parking lot. Can meander through and
you know what? It's interesting because we do a lot of cruise-ins. And that's our main thing,
Right.
is doing cruise-ins. And the interesting thing that I have learned by doing these cruise-ins is that when we do that here, so this draws from Katy, Brookshire area on into the west side of Houston.
all over.
Well, yes, it does all over. But, I mean, it's funny because you don't see these cars typically down at like the Friendswood show that we
Right,
had.
right.
That's down on the south side. So those are used to be. There weren't this many cruise-ins. There's cruise-ins. There's probably a dozen going on
And
today.
you know, I do the cruising calendar, and there's so many, and you have to pick and choose, but a lot of them are repetitive. A lot of them are the same every week,
Yep.
every time.
With the same cars.
You have to pick and choose what you want to broadcast or tell people to go see. This is the one. This is like the
one of the original,
yeah.
actually, as far as cruise-ins for just everyday folks. There's one up in the Woodlands. His name slips my mind, but he has one once a month up there in the Woodlands area, and that is a cutoff of the year make and model of cars. I think that he may be up to 70 now,
Something like
but
that.
it's pre-1970 or something like that.
And they come and go. So, if they don't get a big turnout, maybe they'll wait another month or another few weeks. So it's depending on the folks that are putting the show on and folks that are contributing to it. But this is an event because you got the holidays coming up. You've got, the toy drives and things that are happening all over the city, all over the country, really. This is an event where people can network. They can buy or sell a car. Stan's got several here, and I'm sure he'd take money for them.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, Toys for Tots and Houston Children's Charity reap the rewards of today's donation. We got big boxes out there full of toys. And if you want to make a cash donation, that's great. Grab a free taco while you're doing it.
Even if you miss the show, come to the restaurant. Because the restaurant's really nice. There's a fire pit in front of us. There's a playground for the kids. They got sandboxes. They got all kinds of stuff for whatever you want to do.
Yeah, yeah. And, there's this one here in Katy, and right down the freeway, down at Highway 6, is the original Lupe Tortilla.
Right.
That's the first one that Stan opened 40 years ago. And this year they are celebrating their 40th anniversary.
And I've never seen that place not busy.
Yeah. Well, the original has, as I say in the commercial, the original is really the platform or the look of all of the Lupes with the rooms. And people think,
The footprint.
what is it with the rooms? Well, that house down there that Stan actually leased at the very beginning, it was a house that had people in it and that sort of thing. And he turned it into a restaurant and left the rooms in it. And so the rooms are still there. Of course, the restaurant's been added to many hundreds of feet because of the additions onto it. But wherever room you're in, you can tell what part is the original house and the add-ons. And I think that's part of the charm of all of this, along with the great food. Stan developed all of those recipes himself and worked his tail off.
He still goes back in the kitchen and dabbles.
He does.
Yeah. Still go. If he's there, he's got something to do. He'll go.
Yeah,
do what he has to do to make it work.
Let's put this in there. Let's try that. Let's do this.
Or maybe he does dishes or busses a table.
Well, I mean, he's not far from having the expertise as, let's say, Emeril Lagasse. I've watched some of Emeril's shows, his latest shows. Very talented, but I'm thinking this is a Stan type. He's over in New Orleans, and some of those recipes that he comes up with are truly amazing. So we're very fortunate to have a relationship with Stan.
And you talk about cruise-ins. We have never been to a bad cruise-in.
No, we haven't actually.
No flops or anything like that. They've always been. The people are gracious. Our hosts are gracious. The folks coming out here with their cars to show their cars, they're wonderful. And it's a big network. We're waving at people right now that we've seen that have been on the air with us 2 or 3 times ago.
Yeah, exactly. And the fun thing about this type of cruise-in is like all are welcome. There's a Buick Riviera there. There's a C8 Corvette.
What?
A Buick Riviera.
You said Buick, right? Yeah, Buick. Yeah.
And there's a C8 Corvette.
Yep.
There's a 66 Gasser here. There is a 40s. I don't know what that is, but it's a 40s sedan back there. So all types of cars.
A couple of Oldsmobiles.
It's really unique. I've talked about this many times. The hobby of automotive is truly amazing to me. I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
And lots of fine folks here, and everybody wants to talk about their car, and it's a draw to have lots of folks commune with each other.
We got David Ainsley. That's the kicker right there.
That
we
is
got David.
It is. Yeah.
There's a Volkswagen over there. It looks like a taxi cab.
Yeah. David. Calm down now. Everything's going to be all right. Time now for another quick break here on In Wheel Time. We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Back after this quick break.
The holidays are upon us, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories is your local one-stop for the auto enthusiast on your gift list. Pro-Am Auto has been serving Houston since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am was one of the very first distributors in the U.S. for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbeau, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier shopping corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse and showroom with installation and service bays. Pro-Am reaches a worldwide audience through ProAmAuto.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. Holiday gift-giving is alive and well at Pro-Am Auto. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
You've got the award-winning in-wheel time car talk show today coming to you from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise Inn at the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, Texas. This hour, we'll be chatting it up with a few of the participants in today's event. We'll also give you my thoughts on driving the 2025 Toyota Sequoia.
Oh, boy.
Jeff has the Motor Minute. That and more on this segment of the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, who's out there gallivanting around and being...
There he comes.
Being the girl that he is.
He's skipping.
We need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley is with us. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off script.
You do what you got to do, sir.
All right. And,
you do it.
Mr. Mars, I think we're going to save his thing, his auto history.
For later, we got it.
Yeah. We're going to kind of mix it up and do something different. So I'm going to give you a review of the 2024.
Okay, let me load her up.
All right. The 2024 Toyota Sequoia. And by the way, the Sequoia is made in San Antonio.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
Homegrown.
There's a big assembly plant there, if you're not familiar with Toyota. They also make the Tundra there, and I think they also make the Tacoma there. It's a big plant employing a lot of people. And anyway, here's the review. 2024 Toyota Sequoia. SR5, Limited, Platinum, Capstone, and TRD Pro. Those are the trim levels. I drove the TRD Pro Hybrid. This is a standard SUV. 3 rows of seating, up to 8. So you can get 8 people in this thing. So 3 in the middle row, 3 in the back row. You know, unless you got kids, why would you have a 3rd row? Because you're going to pay for it. And it just, if you got kids, you got a big family, go for it. That's the way to do it. Exterior changes from last model year. It was a complete redesign in 2023. And I don't believe I had the 23 model, but I got the 24 model. This is body-on-frame construction, kind of like a Tahoe or a Suburban, those kinds of things, Expedition. So it's built kind of on a truck frame, modified truck frame. Okay? Yes, I see that. Big grill on the front of it, fitting for such a large SUV. Grill design coincides with the trim level. So some of them, you have a blacked out grill. Others, you may have a chrome grill, various and sundry kind of designs. This one was just big. Sheet metal creases emphasize the off-road look on this one over the wheel wells. Rear hatch, very similar to the Jeep Wagoneer in the back. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Big platform luxury is back. The trim determines the ruggedness factor. TRD Pro has off-road tires and wheels. What could use improvement? Well, the roof rack. Yes, the roof rack is noisy at speed. What? Yeah, you just never run across that on any of the SUVs that have a roof rack. And I didn't get it, but if you look at it, it's got kind of a spoiler-looking thing on the front of it. I don't know whether that contributes to the wind noise. Of course, there is that great big window up there, the sunroof. I can't hear him. But it's not that. It's the roof rack. And I was doing some research on it, and I thought, well, let's see if anybody else picked up on it. Yeah, other reviewers have picked up on that as well. Yeah. So 50 miles an hour and above, you're going to hear wind noise from the roof rack. Interior highlights. Huge infotainment screen with a separate instrument cluster. Big, wide center console with an upright shifter. The TRD Pro looks off-roady with the huge Toyota in front of the passenger. Just says Toyota, Toyota, right in front of the passenger. By God, you're not going to miss the fact that it is a Toyota. Just wanted to say that. Dual phone holder under the dash, which was kind of cool. Fold flat second row, third row matches with the unique shelf that's back there. You're going, well, shelf, yeah. So behind the third row, if you got the third row up, there's this shelf thing, and it's movable. So you down here, it all makes everything flat. And you bring it up a level, so now you got two things of shelving back there, and you can bring it up all the way to the top if you want, if you need some more. It's pretty cool. You just don't see that very often. Overall layout fits its off-roadiness. What could use improvement? Well, there are lots of real hard buttons for everything that you can imagine on it. Up on the dash, the dash, the center console, the steering wheel, up above. Could we maybe put some of those in the infotainment system or something? I don't know.
The technology, yeah.
Twin turbo V6, 3.4 liters, turns out 437 horsepower, 583 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed automatic transmission.
Whoa.
Tow rating 9,000 pounds.
They have all that torque.
Payload on it 1,435. So if you got fat granny sitting in the back seat, no problem. 19 miles per gallon city, 22 on the highway for combined at 20. I only got 17.8 over 312 miles. Gobs of V8-like power and attitude. What could use improvement? Oh, my God, it's 3 tons. 3 tons. Whoa. You're moving down the road. And let's not forget Fat Granny in the back.
Yeah. Can't forget about her.
Two-wheel drive is standard on this. Of course, with the TRD Pro, four-wheel drive with optional. Four-wheel drive is optional on other trim levels. What I liked about it, it is smooth, especially that off-road, because they allow for a lot of wheel travel, and so it's kind of softly sprung. Mm-hmm. It's good stuff. I'm telling you, it's nice. What could use improvement? It feels heavy, because it is. Base trim price, $78,710. Oh. Price is tested, $83,042. But you can get into one for the base price of $61,275. Compared to its others, Ford Expedition 55,105, Chevy Tahoe 54,600, and the Jeep Wagoneer starts at $62,945. Now that's my review of the 2024 Toyota Sequoia.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
big, nice truck.
It is very nice. It's big. It does have some hiccups in it, but I'm sure that they'll address those sooner or later.
And poor Granny, it's got a spot.
Fat Granny needs to lose some weight. That's all there is to it. All right. Let's see where we are here. Oh, we've got time. You
got all kinds of time. You go for it.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to do is I'd like to do the Motor Minute here.
Well, the Motor Minute is going to be a rant. And
Please do.
I'm going to. All you people out there listening to me, when you're driving down the road, I travel this one particular highway in Houston. It's Beltway 8, westbound going north. And every day there's a stoppage of traffic at a particular exit of this road. Why?
Westheimer.
Why? No, it's the
West Park Tollway.
Yes. Why? If you drive that road, why do you screw it up? I just can't imagine people driving down the road every day and go, "Oh, I missed my turn." Dummy. Other language.
You're old.
Well, and then you got people that have their phones in their hand like they're eating an hors d'oeuvre, and they're driving down the road like this.
Oh, they've been watching TV because they do that the way they do it on TV.
Driving down the road with their phone, and you're talking on the phone. Why? Get off your phone. Get out of my way. That's the whole thing.
Bottom line.
That's the bottom line. So that's my rant on the Motor Minute. Take it or leave it.
Well, we obviously have to take it.
You got to take it now.
Unless all those thousands and thousands of people
you can contribute to it.
Have gone and tuned out
it's
because
not
they
just
didn't
the
want
road,
to hear your old man
everywhere.
rant.
Or you're at a traffic light and you're the third car behind there, and the light turns green and is gone for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then somebody moves because they're on their phone.
You want to write tickets, Jeff?
You know, I was gonna end with it.
I think we need to talk to Woodard about writing a ticket for
cell phone delays.
No, I was thinking more like dumbassedness, but or something like
George
that.
Carlin.
You can't say that on the radio.
George Carlin had a part of his skit
Children
where everybody gets a dart gun with the little suction cup darts. You get 3 of them per year. And if you see somebody doing something like that, you shoot the fender of their car, it sticks on their car.
I was thinking paintballs.
And if you get 3 of them, you get an automatic ticket.
That would work.
You know what? I cannot even imagine the rage if somebody got a paintball smashed on the back end of their station wagon or expensive $80,000 SUV.
Well, then don't drive like a knucklehead.
I'd come out of that SUV loaded for bear.
Oh, absolutely.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah,
but absolutely.
You know what? This is just clean up your act when you're driving.
Yeah, for Jeff's sake.
My sake.
Right.
Thank you for my rant.
Well, you're welcome.
You're quite welcome.
I'm waiting for somebody else to say something or do something.
Well, we have a guest.
Ugly.
We have a guest.
Well, I know, but I need to take a break first before we get to that because I don't want to interrupt
the next rant.
The next rant from Jeff.
Well, he has a good story, so we don't want to interrupt
All
him.
right. Hey, you can catch the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the Odyssey radio app and through InWheelTime.com. We also video stream our weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. So I just got ridiculed by our chief engineer. This is not on the radio. Well, according to the title of the company that we are broadcasting on, Odyssey Radio app, I would say we're on the radio. Here, put the microphone down there and say something. Now, this is a man that's employed by several radio stations.
But you are a conglomerate media provider. Which is
could you speak up? I can't hear you.
Conglomerate media.
Conglomerate media
provider.
Okay, so how's that going to sound?
But you're not on the radio. What radio station?
We are a conglomerate radio provider.
No.
No?
Conglomerate.
What?
Conglomerate media.
Conglomerate media. So in your car, if you Bluetooth us in on Odyssey Conglomerate Media, that would be on your radio in your car.
Be a stream.
All right, well, whatever.
It's not radio.
All right. Stream, radio, podcasts. Where are you going to listen to it on?
Nothing like a good stream.
Nothing like a good stream, especially at our age. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katy's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana, the Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Is your car ready for that all-important holiday road trip? Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having another car social Saturday, December 7th, and you're invited. Bring your car, truck, or SUV and find out what it'll take to get that thing looking new again. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, camera installs, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Join the Car Social Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon. Talk to other owners and see how good your car can look on the road trip to Aunt Mary's. She'll want that good-looking ride in her driveway, I promise. Put it on your calendar. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Holiday Car Social and Road Trip Get Ready. Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. We'll see you then.
Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show on the Odyssey Radio app.
Oh. What
Or-
happened? What
How
happened?
was
during
that?
the break?
Or the inwheeltime.com app available at the App Store.
You are correct. It does say radio app because Odyssey is primarily a radio provider.
And so we're on that.
Yeah.
So if you want to, what happened? You just hit something.
What?
You just hit.
I didn't hit
What's
nothing.
going on?
I don't know. I didn't hit nothing.
We're fine. We're all good.
It's all good, Jeff. Just sit down and calm down. Everything's
I don't know.
fine. All right.
What happened?
Mr. Mars,
Yes, sir.
go right ahead.
Let me find my note. So, joining us now is Mr. Brian Vanderheim. Vernaham.
Yep.
What is it, Mars?
Vernaham. What he said.
First name Brian.
Yeah, it's
Brian. Thank you.
And Brian
It's
has
good to
his
see you.
black 1966 Barracuda sitting over here, Formula S, sitting right in front of Stan's.
A
gas-
Barracuda.
Barracuda Formula S.
I did not know there was such a thing.
Yes, sir. And he's going to explain all that to us.
He is? Well, you didn't ask him any questions about it.
Tell us
so
about your-
So, first of all, what year is the Barracuda?
So it's a 66.
66.
The first year was 64. It came out 2 weeks before the Mustang. Chrysler tried to beat Ford out of the gate in 64. Came out with the Barracuda. That was in 64. This is the 66.
Any changes to the body style or anything?
You know, the 64, 5, and 6 look almost identical from the side. The 66 has a very different grill. It's a cheese grater grill. The tail lights are a little different on
it
the
has
66.
a huge back window.
Yeah, it's the largest back window on an American car ever. It's the largest piece of glass that PPG's ever built for an American car. There was a car in 78 that came out that was pretty close in terms of square footage on the rear window. What was it? What was the big back window on the 78 car?
The 78.
Wasn't
Would
it
that
a
be the
Chevrolet?
no?
You probably remember. Everybody remembers it.
Wait. The
It came close.
starts with an A. Avante,
AMC.
Javelin,
You got it. The Pacer.
the Pacer. Oh my God!
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I
The
do remember.
fishbowl on wheels.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
You know who had one of those? Anita Martini had one.
Oh, boy.
I used to make fun of her all the time for that car.
Yeah.
And she drove it till drove the wheels off of it. And it looked like it had never been through
Yep.
a car wash. It was absolutely awful. But anyway,
Yep. So, yeah, it's got a big back window on it. The 64, 5, and 6 have the same
how do you
part
clean
number.
that back window?
It's tough, Don. It's tough, man. I need to hire a pygmy to get in there and
Well,
do
you know
the
they
inside
make
of it.
they make these things. It's a little stick about that big, and it's got a triangle thing that you can use for your window.
Yeah, it's
Amazon.
tough. Yeah, the outside's obviously easy to clean, but the inside is definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
But my
Because it doesn't open as a hatch.
no, it doesn't. No,
It's a fixed
there.
window.
It is.
Yeah.
yeah. So,
And the older that you get and the more hair that you lose, it makes it tougher to get back there to clean that window.
tell me about it. I know.
I just did.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
So, and what kind of motors it got in it?
So it's got a 273 V8. That's the original engine in there. And Chrysler built 38,000 Barracudas in 1966, 38,000 of them.
That's not a lot.
No, it's not, especially compared to the Mustang, right? And Mustang was putting out 1 million cars a year, I think,
Yeah.
probably at some point.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, Chrysler lost the war against Ford in the pony car arena. But 38,000 were built in 66. Only 3,000 of them were a Formula S. So out of the 38,000, the vast majority of them were a 225 slant 6, the leaning tower of power.
Seriously,
right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so
I had a friend of mine that had a slant 6.
Yeah.
And actually, it was a pretty good motor.
It's a fantastic motor, yeah. And in fact, the the body of the car is really designed for a 225 slant 6.
And they made the slant 6 so they could fit it under the hood, make the hood lower.
That's right.
And that's the only reason that it was a slant 6.
Yep.
Slant meaning it was off to the side.
So they decided to put the 273 V8 in there, which is the same block as the 318. You can just bore it out a little differently. That's the original engine. So all the Formula S's had the V8.
It's got numbers matching.
Numbers matching.
Sweet.
Yep, everything. So
It's over there, right?
It's right over here.
Yeah, it's right in front of stand.
So,
gasser.
If you look at the engine, though, the manifold on the driver's side is very different than the manifold on the passenger side because they had to design a different manifold to clear the steering column. Because, again, everything was designed for everything moving to the left-hand side on the 225 slant 6. So they had a tough time fitting that V8 inside of that little frame. But it fits, and, it's tight. It's tight.
Can you get parts for the engine?
Absolutely.
You can.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of those out there. Again, the 318, it's the same block, and a lot of the parts are interchangeable with the 318.
Interesting. Okay.
So how many 318s did Chrysler build?
A bajillion.
A bajillion. I was going to say a gazillion.
Well, yeah.
You're pretty close.
You're
right?
close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can get them.
Automatic transmission.
4-speed.
Whoa.
A 4-speed manual transmission.
I got 3 pedals. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That was standard in that car?
Great question. So 3,000 out of the 38,000 were Formula S. Half of them were manual. Half of them were 4-speed. So
about 1,500.
1,500 were built Formula S with a 4-speed.
So did it have a 2-speed automatic or 3-speed automatic?
It was I believe the automatic was a 4-speed as well.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know much about the automatic.
I think the torque flight was 3 because we used to make clutch flights out of them. Put a clutch instead of a converter in front of it.
I'm not familiar with the automatic design. Obviously, I've got the 4-speed.
Yeah.
So, and it's got the Borg Warner 833 manual transmission.
Really?
So there's a company up in Indiana that specializes in rebuilding 833 Borg Warner transmissions.
And you
Chrysler used that transmission all the way up through the Chargers up through the early 70s. So
did you have that one rebuilt?
I did. Yep. So my dad bought the car in 72 from the original owner. So I was born in 73, so it's been in my family my whole life. So I know the whole history on the car. My dad never really drove it much throughout my lifestyle. It stayed in the garage. He got older, and he died in 2020, and I got the car down here, and I did a complete mechanical restoration on it. I did nothing to the body because the body was in
here from...
I'm originally from Rochester, New York.
Gotcha.
Up in the Finger
I'm
Lakes region.
Because, those cars don't do well in the snow and the ice and the salt.
He never drove it out in the inclement weather, so it really never left the garage during those types of events.
How many miles you got on it now?
It's original about 38,000 miles. I think I just turned. So,
oh, my God.
Yeah, original mileage.
Nice.
Yep. So, but when I got it, it hadn't ran in 15 years. So the engine was seized up, and the gasoline had just turned to, like, goop. All the wiring was bad. So I took basically wiring, brakes, redid the exhaust, fuel system completely redone. Took the engine out, went to a heavier cam, went to roller lifters, so made a few upgrades. Went to a fuel injection. The Carter 4-barrel is still in my garage, but I went to a fuel injection. I would have to say that the best upgrade I made to the car was going to fuel injection.
And what system did you use?
FAST, fast.
Okay.
Yep. Put vintage air in it, so I've got
nice.
vintage air.
There you go.
Yep. Boys out of San Antonio are great guys.
We've met them. Great
had them on the
company.
air.
Great organization. Anybody who's going to consider putting vintage air in, give those guys a call. Tell them what you got, and they'll walk you through the process.
Exactly, and if you have any problems, they're right there for you.
They are. Great group of guys.
Yep.
I put Kragers, so I converted over to Kragers here last year.
SS's?
They look really
good. Not original, but era correct. They gave the car a beautiful pop. I love
yes, absolutely.
Putting the Kragers on there was a great decision I
it
made.
Actually almost looks like they came stock that way.
You look at the old pictures of people with their cars in the 60s and 70s, and you see the
old
Kragers
GTs
there.
and things, and the Keystone
very,
Classics.
very popular.
So I wasn't old enough to remember that, but some of you probably remember.
Well, thanks
cars.
for rubbing that in.
Yeah, Don remembers all of that.
So, yeah, I'm always doing something to it. Like when I bring the car home today, I've got a little bit of work to do here and there, a little touch-up work. But I'm always spending money on it somewhere. There's always ways to spend money on these cars.
Well, that's what
We
you do.
know.
That's why you have it.
Yeah.
It's something that
Yep.
you what would you be doing without it?
There's worse ways to spend money, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's fun.
Oh, yes, there are. I know all about all of that. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's great, and thanks for having me out here. And, boy, what a great turnout today.
It is. It's
How many cars do you think are here, in your estimation?
Probably 85, maybe.
Yeah.
80
Well,
cars.
they
about
roll over
100.
into the second to the next door. Too.
Yeah.
Maybe
I think
100,
it's probably
huh?
closer to 100. Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll count them later.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
sure
worry
there's some
about
in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Stan?
He's walking real fast now.
Yeah. That's the founder.
Okay.
The owner of this and all of the
That's
all
his.
of the Lupes.
That's his little open wheel, and
Roadster?
he's got
Roadster.
3 or 4 more back behind you. He's got
Yeah.
the Cadillac. He's got
That's
the
the
GTO.
Cadzilla.
The Cadzilla. I
Cadzilla.
thought it was
I think that sheet.
It's a Cadiente.
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 That's right. Cadiente.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
That's
That was
it.
done here locally on TV.
Yep. That
Where's
was.
the DeLorean? Isn't there a DeLorean normally?
That would
here?
be his son. His son's got the look-alike
And his
for
wife
the.
has the Bentley.
yeah.
The Back to the Future
Yeah.
lookalike.
Yeah.
That's his son's. So yeah. So cars, obviously, in car racing and everything to do about cars.
Yeah.
That's Stan. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to have you with us
Yeah.
today. We really appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for having me, and keep up the good work, guys, and
Thanks,
enjoy
man.
the rest of the day. And,
Yeah, and you'll be
enjoy
on
your holidays.
You'll be on a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
When does that get loaded up, Mike?
What time is it? It'll be this. It'll be
It'd be yesterday.
no. The features go up on Monday, so Tuesday through Friday it goes up.
I can't hear him.
How about now?
I heard him.
He's old. He needs to have his hearing. Change his batteries in his hearing aid.
Thank you. So there you have it.
Thank you very
Podcast
much.
to be up. Thank you,
man.
Appreciate you.
All right. Have a good day.
All right, you too. We already did the motor minute, didn't we?
Thank
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So what we've got to do in the next half hour is nothing.
Well, I tell you what, we do need to tell folks that these trophies are going to be given away. What time?
That's going to be at 10:30.
10:30. We got trophies to give away, so don't leave. You may be a winner. You don't know. I don't know. Do you
I'm
know?
a winner.
You're a winner, all right.
Was that a wiener?
Can you? I was going to say.
I'm a
Can you
wiener.
spell that?
Spell it.
Mr. Mars?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Next
sir.
week we're going to be in the studio. Will you know what to do?
I have no earthly idea.
Okay. And then I guess in a couple of weeks,
So
3 weeks, we'll be at Gulf Coast Auto Shield.
Yes, on December the 7th, we'll be at the Gulf Coast Auto Shield for their
Car
fall
Social.
Social.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to call that the Get Ready Road Trip Car Social.
Yes.
What road
I heard that
trip?
on the
Going on a road
spot.
trip?
I thought that was pretty cool.
We going on a road trip?
Well, I'm not. But you can have your car
David,
made
were
ready
you
for that.
invited? I wasn't invited.
I'm not going on a road trip.
Okay.
But you can. It's all up to
Get
you.
your car prepped for the road trip.
That's it.
All right.
We've got more of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show coming up. Yeah.
Coming on bottom of the hour, so we're going to take a break. So just fill a couple minutes. and you're good.
Can we take a break?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can.
The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the
There you
In
go.
Wheel Time app. Download it on your mobile device today, if you haven't already. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts available from your favorite podcast provider. And you can also find us on our new broadcast partner, Odyssey, and Odyssey Radio. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this.
The holidays are upon us, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories is your local one-stop for the auto enthusiast on your gift list. Pro-Am Auto has been serving Houston since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am was one of the very first distributors in the U.S. for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbeau, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier shopping corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse and showroom with installation and service bays. Pro-Am reaches a worldwide audience through ProAmAuto.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. Holiday gift giving is alive and well at Pro-Am Auto. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
Hey, Houston, it's back! America's greatest hot rod tradition is Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 days of hot rods, customs, trucks, and muscle cars. Don't miss the Evel Knievel tribute, the Megamorph, Transforming Robot Car, Lowrider Showcase. Meet Catherine Bach from Dukes of Hazzard, hip-hop legend Flava Flav, Farm Truck and Asian from Street Outlaws. Autorama, Thanksgiving weekend. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts, part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
This is the world's favorite place to go for fun, intrigue, and informative car talk. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Today coming to you from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex restaurant in Katy, Texas. We got a full house here today. We've got to be close to 100 cars here. It's really good.
Yeah.
We ran across another hitchhiker, and he's waiting to talk to us. Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines, which I haven't done any of. Howdy, along with Mike out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley, I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Thank you very much. This car show, Cruise In, is actually a donation site for Toys for Tots and Houston Children's Charity. So bring an unwrapped toy, give it to them. You'll get a little ticket, and take that ticket inside and get yourself a breakfast taco for free.
Oh, they also have beverages.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yummy beverages. Yum. Here, let me see. Yes.
V8.
Good
V8.
ice cold water.
It's a car show, so you got to drink V8.
V8,
not V6 or a turbo. You got to, go right. Well, it might be turboed. Splash a turbo.
You ought
V8.
to know it's turbo. You're drinking one too.
I know it. I'm calling mine Buick.
You do that. There was some. Oh, I wanted to give you some of the headlines that I've got, but before I do that, I want to also give you the recalls. Okay, Tesla recalling 2,431 ugly Cybertruck electric pickups in the U.S. A loss of drive power could increase the risk of a crash. Oh, Martha, it's not going. This is the 6th recall of the polarizing truck in the U.S. this year. A fault in the drive inverter in Cybertrucks manufactured between November 6th, 2023 and July 30th of this year could cause the part to stop producing torque when the driver uses the accelerator pedal. In other words, it ain't going nowhere, resulting in a loss of propulsion and increasing the risk of a collision.
Poor Aunt Martha.
GM recalling 461,839.1 diesel engine vehicles due to a faulty transmission control valve. The defect can lead to wear and tear, resulting in a gradual loss of pressure and a temporary wheel lockup, increasing the risk of a crash. The recall affects the following vehicles: 20 to 22 Chevy Silverado, 1,500, 2,500, 3,500. GMC Sierra, 1,500, 2,500, 3,500. 21 Cadillac Escalade.
What?
Escalade ESV.
No.
Chevy Suburban, Tahoe, and GMC Yukon and Yukon XL models equipped with the diesel engines. More recalls. Chevy Bolt EUV and EV 2022, 2020 to 2022. High voltage battery may catch fire. No big deal.
Barbecue.
Instrument cluster display and function errors in the Mazda CX-70 and CX-90 for 25 and 24 to 25 models, which I just had recently.
Yep.
And I will review that next weekend, and you'll stay tuned for some hate.
Can't wait.
Improper software can cause a loss of drive power in the Mazda CX-70 and CX-90, 25, 24 model years. Engine may not restart after the auto engine stop on the Mazda CX-90.
Oh, man.
That's the one that I had. A loss of drive power in the EV mode in the Mazda CX-70. You got a Mazda, you're screwed. CX-70 and CX-90 for 2024. I think there's a problem there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how can you continue to do that?
I don't know. Volkswagen Beetle, Beetle convertible, and Volkswagen Passat. 2006 through 2017, or in the Beatles version through 19, driver's side front airbag inflator may explode.
Oh, no.
If you haven't taken care of those things, you really need to do that. If you know somebody that hasn't sent their car back to the dealership to get fixed, please encourage them to do that and not drive it. People get killed. It's no big deal. I'll take care of it next month. Martha will take care of that for me. No, you need to take care of it yourself.
Or why are you always letting me drive?
Consumer Reports commended the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, for holding Ford Motor Company accountable for failing to recall vehicles with defective rear-view cameras in a timely manner, and for providing incomplete and inaccurate recall information in violation of the National Traffic and Motor Vehicle Safety Act. The consent order issued by NHTSA includes both monetary and non-monetary provisions aimed at improving Ford's compliance and federal safety requirements. The civil penalty issued, totaling $165 million, is the second largest civil penalty in NHTSA's history.
That sounds like a vendor deal.
Shame, shame, shame.
You get one vendor to do it all for everybody.
Shame on you. Who sang that song?
I don't know.
Shame, shame, shame.
Well, it wasn't you.
Shame
that's for
on
sure.
you. I was going to say Martha, but it's not Martha and the Vandellas.
It's
no.
Big Martha.
No,
Big
I like Martha.
and the Vandellas?
It wasn't her.
You know what he did? I don't know what he did with this money for singing lessons.
I don't know either.
Who did that?
I don't know.
Are you ready?
Now he's gonna
No,
Google
I'm
it.
not. You're just going to have to hold on because I'm going to find out who sang Shame, 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 Shame on You.
I think it was Hart.
Elliman?
No, it wasn't Hart.
Elliman?
It's not Eminem.
Elliman. Wait just a minute. Who sang
He'll be all right.
Shame, Shame, Shame?
If anybody
He'll be
out there knows.
Yes.
That would be
Send an
Shirley
email.
and Company from 1975.
I knew that.
David
See,
said
there's
that.
something worthless information you
David
didn't know
said that. He
today.
didn't have his mic on.
That we needed to know.
Yeah, you
He's a-
should know this.
he's a
you're
fountain
you're
of worthless information.
yeah. Well, you're the big music man.
You're the radio guy.
You're the radio guy, Mr. Radio Music Man. What? I can't hear you.
He's not that old, he said.
You are that old. What year were you born, David?
1985.
Are you serious? You liar.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got kids older than
Made
you.
that crap up.
Yeah. Yeah, he just tries to act
Can we get
young.
another round?
Yeah, that's exactly what we need. All right, Mr. Morris, your turn.
Don, just for you.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Just for you. This is Mr. Patrick Lindquist.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. He has, and I'm surprised you haven't sniffed it out yet, the light blue 1971 Delta 88 convertible with a white interior in it.
Oh, man.
And I'm going to let him tell you about the rest of this car that he's had for 40
Well, why don't you
rest
ask him
of the
some
story.
specific questions, Mr. Morris? That
Well,
would be
I
a
was-
way to go
'cause I'm
into
still
it.
addressing you.
There you go.
No,
Patrick.
you're trying to lay your job onto him.
So you mentioned you've had this car for a little while.
Yes, 40 years.
40 years.
My wife and I had our first date in that car.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Put this microphone a little bit closer. There you go.
Perfect.
There you go. And he's got Hot Rod Tour stickers all over it. Hot Rod Tour of Texas.
got an
stickers.
auto
Were you,
Around
on,
the shirt?
you know, I thought you looked familiar. I thought, oh, I've
Yeah.
seen you somewhere.
Yeah, I've been 3 times.
So have
have
I.
you.
Yeah. So, have you made any changes to the car, or is it still all stock?
It's pretty much stock. It had a bench seat in it. I took it out and put a set of buckets in a console.
But wait a minute. You just got through telling me that your wife's first date with you was in that car.
Yes.
With the
Did
bench
it have
seat.
the bench seat in it then?
Yes.
And you've taken that out and replaced it with buckets
Yes.
because you got tired of the wife and didn't want to have her sitting next to you?
No, not at all. I just
Yeah, I wouldn't say that
wanted
either.
to change it. I've always wanted it with bucket seats in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
They quit putting bucket seats in those cars in the late '60s.
so the car didn't come with buckets and buckets weren't available
No.
for the car.
No.
So you robbed some car for those buckets
62 old Starfire.
Yeah, there you go. Starfire.
and they fit.
Well, yeah, they
do now.
They do now.
Yeah.
And the console had the Starfires in it.
Did you have to modify the floor or anything?
No, I just built brackets.
There you
Got
go.
you. Nice.
Man,
That's
it
what
looks,
it takes sometimes.
really nice. You know,
I can
all
imagine.
white. You're gonna have to go over there and look at it. You'll appreciate it.
How's that convertible top working?
It's got the scissor top in it, and there's a guy here in town that knows how to put them in.
Yeah.
But I had it all completely rebuilt, and all new bushings and everything, and so I took the frame to him and the top, and he put it all back in the car.
That's cool.
Because I just had it repainted and all the body work. And a funny story, we found a new in the box rear quarter panel for it.
A new in the box, new old stock.
New old stock. It cost me more to ship it than it cost to buy it.
Oh, wow. I guess there wasn't too big of a high demand for it. Now, was that quarter panel on the convertible different than the sedan?
It was, but it was the guy that did the work for me. He was able to make it work. He didn't take the whole quarter panel off. He just
pieced it up,
cut out all the rust.
Nice.
It had a lot of rust.
Did a great job because I was looking down the side of it and I thought it was all original sheet metal.
This guy.
So it did have rust. Is it not an original Houston car? Or?
It was originally sold in Midland, Texas.
Yeah.
Berg Oldsmobile.
Okay.
And that's where I'm from.
Okay. And it's got rust. Well, I guess it's not too surprising because, rust mitigation really didn't exist back then. And it depends on, the high humidity and that sort of stuff as to once it starts, it ain't going to stop.
That's right.
Well, and when you get like the snow and salt is what
Midland, Odessa doesn't get a lot
I'm
of
just saying
snow.
that,
No.
but they do get some snow every now and then.
A little
but
bit.
Snow is not the factor. It's all the other garbage they put in there, the salts and all the chemicals that they put down on the road. That's what does the
Thank
rust.
you to the highway department.
Yeah.
If you look at any 71 through 76 B-bodied cars, they all rust around the back wheels.
Yeah.
And
Does it have that chrome strip around the wheel opening?
a small one. It's kind of on the inside of it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep. It doesn't fold out to the outside of it, but it's on the inside.
Yeah.
Holds moisture.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But
It's interesting because, when they designed those cars back in the day, they didn't think that way. Because if you remember correctly, and I worked for a Chevrolet dealer in 1969, 69, 70, that they put window molding around it, trapped all of the water.
Yep.
All of the time. If you washed it, set it outside in the rain, didn't make any difference. It was underneath there.
Right.
Then that 66 Corvair that I had, that was its major problem, was that chrome trim around the window that trapped the water in there between the window and the actual body itself. Mm-hmm. And it'll eat it up. Yeah. And I guess when you had it repainted, I guess you had it all.
everything was fixed. It's all metal. No Bondo.
That's good.
And then they invented Z-Bart.
Z-Bart. I remember Z-Bart.
Yeah.
Does that still exist?
It's in some form. It's called undercoating now.
Yeah, there's a different name. I think that franchise is gone, but
Yeah,
there's
they
a
probably
different
bought
one.
them out. But that's what they used to spray in there.
Yeah,
Take the moldings off.
Drill holes.
Yep. And then plug it.
the guy that actually painted the car, when he had it apart, he sprayed it, that type of stuff, everywhere he could spray it.
Yeah.
And he's
Well, it
pretty,
does that, and it also helps make it quieter and
heavier.
heavier.
Yeah.
Because now they got the mats. You
Now,
can
how
put the
about that
mats in.
motor that's in there?
It's original 455 with 153,000 miles on it.
And it's never been apart?
No.
How cool is that?
I'll rephrase that. It's had a timing chain and gear put in it.
Well, that's part for the course.
Yeah.
I took it apart when I was redoing it, and I put chrome valve covers on it, and you could literally eat off the inside of the engine.
Wow.
And this was maybe 6,000 miles ago. It's
nice.
It's really a nice car.
Well, that comes with having it for the last 40 years and taking care of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Changing the oil.
150,000 miles in 40 years is not a lot of miles.
So what did you pay for it back 40 years ago?
I think I paid About $3,000.
I was going to say.
It's a lot of money 4 years ago.
I got that car. We had a restaurant in Midland, Texas, and we had some friends, 2 ladies that owned that car, and they bought that car new to throw a rural paper route.
Convertible.
One of them would sit in the back seat, and they would fill the newspapers up to about here, and then they would throw.
Sure.
And that top stayed down all the time. Of course, if you ever been in West Texas, there's no humidity. It never rains. But they came in the restaurant. I was always teasing them, say, bring it up to me sometime and let me wash it and wax it for you, and I'll drive it for the weekend. Well, they came in one time, and they said, if you get a minute, come see me and see us. And I sat down with them, and they pushed the keys over to me. And I said, does it need a wash job? And they said, no, we want you to have that car.
Wow.
They gave it to you?
No, they didn't give it to me.
Not quite.
They told me I could pay for it any way I wanted to, but they wanted me to have that car.
Well, obviously
That's awesome.
it went to the perfect owner.
Yeah, it's been a great car.
So, and then that's when you met your wife.
Not too long, a couple of years after that, yeah. There's a couple more between there, but
Couple of wives?
no.
Oh.
No.
Just checking.
Ladies.
Just checking.
Ladies.
Okay, I got you.
But it's got the polycast wheels on it that were an upgrade for 71 and 72 Delta 88s.
They look kind of like a honeycomb, like you might kind of like a bigger honeycomb that were on the Pontiacs.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it 8 lug or 5 lug? 5 lug.
Yeah.
I think the Pontiacs.
Pontiac, yeah.
The Pontiacs had the 8 lugs, I think. Yeah. Well, it's great talking to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You got a name for that car? You call it anything?
As a matter of fact, the 2 ladies that I bought the car from.
Those are the ones that fought over you.
Right. All my friends that knew them, we all called them the ladies. And so my wife named it the Lady. And so that's its name. So.
And I assume that it spends all these days in the garage unless you bring it to an event like
exactly.
this. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you live in the area here?
Down in close to Sugarland, Meadows Place.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
You're down by us.
Yeah.
So he just spends all his time with the lady.
Yeah. We just took it on we just did the Veterans Day run in Bastrop. And a little over 300 miles on it, trouble-free miles. So.
And you've been on the Hot Rod Tour of Texas, so you obviously drive it.
Oh, yeah. I drive it all the time. Not as a daily, but.
So you going this year on the Hot Rod Tour?
I am. Yeah.
Well, once again, I think that we're going to go. Although,
we're anxiously
have we been invited?
I can get you
I
invited.
have been.
Yeah,
I've
we've been invited, but we're waiting to hear where it's going to be. He keeps saying he's coming our direction this year.
But
we do a broadcast.
That doesn't make any difference whether or not we're invited.
Well, no. I was just trying to make a segue into telling more about the event. They're not ready to come on the air and announce it. They're still working on plans.
Well, no, because it's too early.
Yeah, they won't do that till after the first.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Well, I keep asking them.
Good
Why
times.
would they tell
Good
you?
times.
It's to keep me from bugging them.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just get it from Patrick. Patrick, let us know what's going on.
There you go.
Patrick Lindquist, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it. Okay. Hey, the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Load it. Did I say that? I say iHeart? I did, didn't I? Through the In-Wheel Time app. The In-Wheel Time app. We're not on iHeart anymore. They screwed us over, and we said, okay, we're out. So through the In-Wheel Time app, download it to your mobile device today if you haven't already. We also video stream our Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com.
Yeah.
Podcasts from your favorite podcast provider. You can also find us on our new broadcast partner, Odyssey Radio. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katy's and other locations location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana, the Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Is your car ready for that all-important holiday road trip? Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having another car social Saturday, December 7th, and you're invited. Bring your car, truck, or SUV and find out what it'll take to get that thing looking new again. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, camera installs, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Join the Car Social Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon. Talk to other owners and see how good your car can look on the road trip to Aunt Mary's. She'll want that good-looking ride in her driveway, I promise. Put it on your calendar. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Holiday Car Social and Road Trip Get Ready. Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We'll see you then.
In Real Time continues our fall tour, Gulf Coast Auto Shield, December 7th. We hope you stop by the In Real Time remote broadcast booth.
The booth.
Is it, would you call this the booth? Would you call it a booth?
It's a radio booth.
It's a radio booth. There you go.
It's not like a photo booth.
It could be. It could be a photo booth.
Or a phone booth.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of go to the Fox for your photos. Remember? Fox Photo. Go to the Fox.
Kathy used to be in one of those satellite places in the parking lot. That's where she
parking
started.
lot, usually at the grocery store
yeah,
or something. Yeah.
And then she went into a home Furrow. Was it? No. Was it
Handy
Furrow?
Dan.
Handy Dan, yeah.
Was it Handy Dan?
Handy Dan. And then she went from there to Academy for 37 years.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Which, by the way, next weekend we're back in the studio. Will you be glad?
I was taking off next week.
You know, as long as we have nice weather like this, remotes are great.
We could just set up in the driveway.
But I will tell you, it takes us a full 2 hours to get everything all set up. It's a long time. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It
but
is.
It's worth it.
We just don't fold it up into a little case and just do this. Mars had to go out and buy a truck to haul all this stuff around.
I thought she was coming to get us another round.
I know.
Could be. Guess not.
Okay. You want to do the racing calendar?
Good. I got
you
it
want
right
to do
here.
auto history?
Well, Mike's got to do auto history. I could plug it in, but it wouldn't be worth it.
All right. Well, let's do the race calendar. Sponsored by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you, Texas Muscle Car Challenge. NASCAR.
Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you for that. Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Uh-huh.
All right. Thanks to Joey Logano being the champion of NASCAR, Penske livery. So good for them.
That's the yellow car,
Yellow,
right?
number 22. And
Pennzoil?
Pennzoil. Penske's won everything in every event this past year, IMSA and all that.
Does that surprise you?
No. NHRA. In-N-Out Burger NHRA Finals in Pomona.
Well, so Pomona got rained out yesterday.
Yep.
I think they got top fuel in.
Yep.
I think they got top fuel in for the first round of qualifying.
And we'll see how that goes. I mean, weather related and all that good stuff. It might run into Monday. We don't know. And then the last one we have is, of course, Formula One. They are in Las Vegas Street Circuit. It's the Heineken Las Vegas Grand Prix.
The
Heineken, and I think their trophy is like a giant stein. I don't know. I think you might drink out of it, or no. I'm just kidding. I made that up. But it's going on right now. It's in Las Vegas, and I thought maybe Las Vegas would learn a lesson from last year because people were not happy.
But they signed a multi-year contract.
That's their problem.
Well,
I mean, the people that live around there and have to work and everyday stuff.
Well, they closed down all the streets.
Yep, and you can't get around, and there's nastiness and all kinds of stuff beyond the normal Las Vegas stuff. So
my wife watches all the morning shows, and she came in there one day and told me that they were on whoever they were talking to, Good Morning America, whatever. They were in Las Vegas, and Visit Las Vegas was took them around for a week, showing them all around about the race and all the things that were going to happen and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. So they're really pushing the tourism to come to Las Vegas to watch this race.
Yeah, and they lost money.
You know, that as much as I like automobile racing, I would not go to that. The problem is, as a spectator, and it's actually that way at the Circuit of the Americas, it's a road course. Yeah. You're only going to watch a couple of turns in a straightaway somewhere.
That. Well, when I had it here in
Houston, that's what I was telling
thing.
her, that when we went to the Dakota for a couple of broadcasts, we could be on that straightaway, but that's all we could see. You couldn't see anything else anywhere else. And the people in the bleachers across from us, that's all they could see.
Correct.
So it's not.
The Indy 500. Oh, let's go to the Indy 500. I've been to the Indy 500. It's great. Love going. It's great to be there in the presence of
the ambiance,
all of that.
Yeah.
The problem is, the best that you can do, 2 turns and 1 straightaway.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
One of my girls went up to Texas Motorplex and watch a NASCAR race, and they got down low. They wanted seats down low.
No.
And she got there, and that's all they could see was the blur. They couldn't see nothing.
Right. No, as a matter of fact, one of my first NASCAR races that I went to was in Talladega. That's a 2 2/3 mile course. So you can imagine the backstretch is way over there. So I got the highest seat I could get. And I could see everything.
Really?
But you had to have binoculars to see the cars going around. They came by every 60 seconds or something, but still, you got to sit a ways away to see that.
Yeah.
The biggest mistake I made one year is I went there and sat in turn 4. Well, here they come, all the way around in that 33-degree banking at Talladega, and they're hauling buns. Okay,
donkey.
They're doing, at this particular time, they were doing over 200 miles an hour. Your eyes cannot see a car going by at 200 miles an hour. It's a blur.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've always heard.
Michigan International Speedway, my brother-in-law Jerry was a photographer in the Navy, and he used to get media passes like you all do for different things. And this was back at Michigan International where they had the holes cut in the fence for the cameraman.
Yep.
To spin the camera as they went by. Now it's all electronic and all the other stuff that you do. But we were looking through one of these. Gordon Johncock was doing 210 miles an hour coming at us and just blew us back. It was the most amazing thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. We were in the camera at the time, and watching it and taking our pictures, and it was just amazing.
It's too fast for the human eye to keep up with. When you watch it, you can see it coming at you, but it reaches a point where it turns into a blur as it goes past you. Then you can see it going away.
Yeah.
But in that split second or two,
it's like the Doppler effect, but it's in vision.
Mr. Mars?
Yes, sir.
I've been holding a little feature that you have.
Is that what you guys are calling it?
To this segment.
Well, at his age.
Wait a minute. Is it really the time that I'm looking at here? We ain't got time for this.
No, we don't.
Ain't nobody got time for this.
Ain't got no time. But we do have time to tell you to bring a toy unwrapped, get a breakfast taco, or you can donate cash.
Yeah.
Still got time. Yeah. Beautiful day.
It's Toys for Tots and Houston Children's Charity, and they're taking toys, and they give you a little ticket to go in there and get yourself a free breakfast taco. Yeah. I've done some news headlines. I got a couple I want to get in this hour. Business review website Yelp recently bought Repair Pal as it explores expanding its automotive services offerings. The purchase price for Repair Pal, which provides auto repair locations and maintenance estimates, was $80 million in cash. The deal, announced November 7th, expected to close by the end of the year. Advance Auto Parts said it will close more than 500 stores by the middle of next year and cut some jobs under a restructuring effort as demand for vehicle parts takes a hit from fewer consumers opting to repair their own cars. The company posted a third-quarter net loss from continuing operations of $25.3 million compared with a loss of $74.1 million during the same period last year.
Smokes.
They're in some deep doo-doo there.
Well, if you think about it, they're getting so complicated. You got to have a computer to even hook onto it.
You can only sell so many batteries.
Yeah,
exactly.
Either that or they want to be like Nissan.
If I were going to buy auto parts, and I've tried them all, Advance,
Pep Boys,
all
O'Reilly.
of those, the one Well, the one that is more professional and that I've always bought parts from, it used to be Hilo or Charlie's, is now O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I go in there, I can always usually find what I need, and if they don't have it, they'll have it tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, well,
They used to turn brake drums. They had a little machine shop set up. They used to do all kinds of things.
before I bought my Buick, the guy down the street used to work on my car for me, little incidental things, and he used to use Rock Auto. He used to do everything online.
You
So
know,
that's where it's going.
I don't have a problem with Rock Auto except for the fact that, it's good, better, best with them. And if you want to buy just the good, you're going to get some Chinese stuff that doesn't necessarily work.
But that's the way it's going.
I know.
Well, and usually whenever I'm working on something, I mean, a mass flow sensor the other day for one of the kids' cars, I don't want to wait 2 days to get it. I'm going to go down and find whoever's got it in stock or can get it for me tomorrow, and that's who I'm going to
Find
go.
somebody to do
You're
it for
going
you.
downtown, brother. You're going downtown.
Julie Brown.
Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address, info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for a quick break. You are on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, streaming and podcasting around the planet. Look for us on your favorite podcast provider.
The holidays are upon us, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories is your local one-stop for the auto enthusiast on your gift list. Pro-Am Auto has been serving Houston since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am was one of the very first distributors in the U.S. for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbeau, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier shopping corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse and showroom with installation and service bays. Pro-Am reaches a worldwide audience through ProAmAuto.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. Holiday gift-giving is alive and well at Pro-Am Auto. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
Hey, Houston, it's back! America's greatest hot rod tradition is Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Auto-Rama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 days of hot rods, customs, trucks, and muscle cars. Don't miss the Evel Knievel tribute. The Megamorph. Transforming robot car. Lowrider Showcase. Meet Catherine Bach from Dukes of Hazzard. Hip-hop legend Flava Flav. Farm Truck and Asian from Street Outlaws. Auto-Rama. Thanksgiving weekend. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
From the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupe, Tortilla, Tex-Mex in Katy, Texas, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we got more car people, and amongst them is a fellow by the name of Chase Murray.
All right.
We're going to talk to him coming up next. You'll learn all about it. And his mama.
And his mama.
And his mama and his new baby.
And a new baby.
Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks so much for joining us on our extended show today here at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In. We're going to be announcing winners of the 3 categories for the Chili Pepper Trophies coming up, I think, at the bottom of the hour. Are you going to do that?
We'll see.
Oh, come on.
Maybe it's going to be your mama.
It might be.
Might be mama.
It might be.
There's your mama right there and your grandmama right there.
Ladies, how are you? Enjoying the weather?
Chase Murray is a long time. Well, I've known him all my life. Yeah, he's good. He's only 22,
And a few.
and a few.
Yeah, we're not counting those anymore. So
No,
it's all good.
I know all about that.
Don
Been
quit
there,
at
done
22
that,
also, yeah.
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 So how you been?
What's new?
I can't
New
lie.
baby.
New baby.
So
I've been
congratulations, Dad. So how? When was the baby born?
Thank you. Baby was born on the 13th on Wednesday. 7 pounds, 7 ounces.
Healthy baby boy.
Healthy
How's Mama
baby.
doing?
She's doing great, recovering.
Yeah.
You know,
Is she back home?
back home, thank goodness. And, you know, a lot to learn and a lot to look forward to.
Oh my God! Yeah, listen, I would
Take
not.
lots of pictures.
I would not trade those
Already.
days for anything.
Right?
Anything. I wish I could do it all over again with my
Yeah.
girls. Yeah.
Such a special experience. I've only heard about it, you know, and
Now you get to live it.
I get to live it, and it's been great so far. And everything that everyone said has been true.
So what is this young individual's name?
Ty Alexander Murray. So 7 pounds, 7 ounces. beautiful baby boy.
Did you smoke a cigar?
I didn't, but I'll have to call in Stan the man for that. He's the aficionado for sure.
Yeah, see, I don't do cigars. I don't care who you are.
Well, if it's a new baby, you got to take a puff off a cigar. You know, my favorite cigars.
I use the bubblegum cigar.
Yeah, right.
My favorite are called It's a Boy.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite ones.
They got those?
Yeah.
It's a Boy
It's a Boy
cigars?
cigars,
Yeah, you buy a whole box of them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sometimes they have It's a Girl.
Yeah, I mean,
You
you
know
get them
what?
pretty good for $2. You can't expect too
You
much.
can't beat it.
For 12 cigars, you can't beat it.
It's kind of like, what is that Moet champagne that everybody buys for New Year's Eve?
Oh, God.
That's headache in a bottle for me. Wow.
You just have to learn not to drink so much, Don.
Or just
It
drink with
wasn't
him.
that. It was like one
That's what
glass
it is.
and
Well, yeah,
boom,
not
boom,
even one
boom.
glass
Yeah.
will kill
Well,
you on
that's
that.
good. So,
Yeah, we're all so blessed. It's just been a great experience with family all around us, and just blessed. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I hear you. It's good, and we kind
Good for
of
you.
turned into we are your adopted family.
That's it.
Whether you like it or not,
I know.
brother.
Well, good news is I love all of you guys. So.
Well, we love you too.
The family you don't invite to Thanksgiving.
Stan was saying you're having trouble holding a baby and shifting the car. Was that true?
Yeah, but we can get it worked out. I think I can take some pointers from my mom. Chick with a stick. She's pretty good
There you
at
go.
driving
Yeah.
stick cars.
Get one of those carriers where the baby sits in front.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I've got that going, baby Bajorn. I've got it. We can set
He
him
even
up.
knows the name of the thing.
I know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of research done before this baby came.
yeah,
He
yeah.
had 9 months to do that.
So did you score big time on the shower? Did they have a baby shower for you?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
car
it
parts.
was.
Wind blower.
Yeah,
and
I mean we
belts.
put Summit and jigs on there, and so no one's picked up the supercharger yet, but
but it's still possible.
it's still
Yeah,
time. I'm gonna go ahead and send that link to Stan, see what I can get out of it.
There you go. Yeah.
So.
Well, it's great to have you here.
Yeah,
Thank
you,
are
guys.
you where are you living these days?
I'm living 8 minutes down the road in the west side of Katy over here.
Oh, are you?
Very
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
So we're my wife and I are settled in. We're newlyweds and new parents, new jobs all around.
You
so,
newlyweds, but you've been dating for a long time.
yeah, we've been together for over 5 years, but we just got married in February, and it's been a whirlwind of emotions and experiences, but it's been a really good time in both of our lives.
Yeah, that's
So,
good.
You're on
Very
your
good.
way.
And how's your dad?
He's doing well.
Yeah.
I got to see him a few days ago for the birth, and he's still building motors over there in Orange, Texas at Diamondback Performance. So,
We'd still like to talk to him if you can get him to do it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
But he's loving it. I've got at least 400 Hot Wheels cars that he bought for the baby boy. So
when the day
Thank you,
comes,
Dad.
when the day comes and he doesn't swallow them, then you're doing
Well,
fine.
Yeah,
Yes,
You kind
exactly.
of hold
Yes.
on to it for that. Yeah.
yeah,
So let's talk about your racing endeavors. Is that still continuing?
racing is still continuing. I slowed it down some, obviously, to prepare for
Got
baby
things
boy.
to do. Yeah.
And believe it or not, my wife's chomping at the bit to get back out there more than me.
Really?
So she's
So-
got a brand new dragster
That's
to
what we
race.
heard.
Was she
Yeah.
racing before? I
Yes.
mean, that was part of. That's
Yeah.
just part of what y'all.
And that's how we met at the racetrack. We met at
it's
State
so
Capitol.
As I mentioned to Stan, it sounds awfully familiar.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Met the girl at the racetrack.
Yeah. Won
the
and
girl's
dated her for a
heart,
while,
yeah.
and then they get married, and then they have
Yeah.
babies. And
Yep.
What is it with these cars and racing and stuff?
Girls.
That's it.
Fast women. That's it. Fast women. A different kind of fast.
that'll
Yeah.
do
That
it.
know
That's
how to
it.
drive a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've scaled it back. So what's Mama got cooking?
Mama, like I said, is itching at and trying to get back in that dragster. So
Okay.
So
what
what's it-
class
Yeah,
dragster?
what's it gonna
she
be?
is running a super comp dragster, 175 miles an hour,
Oh.
8.9 seconds. She grew up the same way I did in a junior dragster at 8 years old.
Is that where you met her? Junior dragsters?
I was. We have a slight age gap, but I was actually testing my top dragster while she was testing her 330 Outlaw junior dragster in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And so, we said hey and took a picture, and a few years down the road, we ended up together.
And then it was
So,
hey.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's good to say that we're all racers and we have a great time.
That's good. Now, I understand also that you've been brought into the Lupe Tortilla organization.
I have, yeah. Stan has brought me in under his wing
That's
as
cool.
director of operations.
Awesome.
And every day I'm learning. helping out these guys and seeing what true rock stars they are. We really have some great people here.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing to be able to see them and what they do for the organization, and they're just so kind and caring people.
But that's in any of the Lupe organizations.
But you know, and there's one guy that's instrumental in that. He's sitting right over there. That's Stan.
That is.
And you know, it's amazing that everybody loves this guy.
They do.
And respect him, and it's a pleasure to be around him.
It is.
And kind of like a Billy Graham in a car kind of way. Can I say that? Yeah, it is kind of that way. And, you know, he welcomes everybody. And
yes, he does.
It permeates the organization that he's created. And I know that he just got through telling me, hey, Don, you know, we're putting all of the Lupe tortillas kind of under one umbrella kind of again, and, you know, mending fences and all that, and that's fine, well and good. But you guys basically take care of 4 stores, correct?
That's correct, yeah. We're over here at Grand Parkway. We have the original, which is 40 years old, as you know.
Yep.
We have Beaumont, Texas, and College Station, Texas as well.
Yeah.
All 4 of them are just thriving and full of great people, and I can't help but say, but it all trickles down from Stan.
I know, yes, it does. So is Jaime still part of the?
Unfortunately, we tried to run him off, you know, but when you got a hell of a manager in Beaumont,
you know, Jaime and I have history.
Yeah,
yeah.
Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah, we do.
Can we talk about it on the air or not?
Jaime taught me many things in the catering department. And he also taught me how to actually be fed when I'm doing a catering event, because typically there's no time for that. But at the end of the service, he had a styrofoam cup like this, put a little rice down in there, you put some beans in there, and you put some fajita meat in there, and there's your meal in a cup.
There you go.
And I think that it ought to be a to-go menu item, don't you think? Because it worked for me. So Jaime taught me many things. And Jaime and Mikey and me, we did the catering thing for a couple of years, and what an experience that was.
Yeah, Jaime's a great guy. I love hanging out with him. I have such a long history with him, even before, you know, being involved with Lupe's in that capacity.
Yeah.
But he's just a great guy.
He is. Now, isn't he married now? And he has a baby. I cannot imagine little Jaime. Anyway, I've got a picture.
The good news is the baby's the same size as him. So.
Well, that's not much of a stretch because Jaime's a small guy, but great heart and good guy.
Small but mighty. He gets stuff done. There's no doubt.
Now is he in Beaumont?
He is in Beaumont.
Yeah.
We're blessed to have him part of this team. It's been a very long time with the Lupe Tortilla.
Well, yeah. Because I was there with him from pretty much the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't know as if he beat me much by being at the original one. Do you? It was about the same time. Yeah. And I don't know how Stan managed to put the 3 of us together, but and those boys taught me a lot, and it was good times.
Stan has a special way of bringing the right people together at the right time.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Let's get back to the racing. So, what is your car that you drive around every day?
Well, right now, Stan kind of gave me freedom to go grab any one of his 45 cars that he has over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the white GTO that is for sale. So if you want to come look at it,
that's what we heard. We understand
that. That's the GTO HO 455.
Yeah, it's a very nice car. I love to see him get out and about in it. Yeah. He every once in a while he'll pop up at the original, and he's in a different car every time. And
here, take this one. Here, take this one. Let me trade you.
Yeah, so I love to see it. It's really cool to see him enjoy and all of his cars.
Absolutely.
That he has.
Well, here's the plan. You've got a new baby. That's something to work for. So when the baby learns how to drive, there you go.
That's it. I have a feeling it won't be long.
Yeah. No, it won't be. So. I think Junior Dragster is going to be the first on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sheila held up the regional Junior Dragsters here, and
that's it.
Yeah, and that's how she and Stan met on the drag racing thing. And
yep.
And I was telling Stan in the earlier part of the show that I reminded him of when I met him, and that was about close to when he met you. And what was the name of the Chinese place? They're all over. What is the name of that place? Not Shanghai Reds. It's
Kim Sum or something?
No, and not Kim Son. It's P.F. Chang's. Went to P.F. Chang's. Yeah, then that's where
Chinese.
Yeah, P.F. Chang's. Well, it's whatever you want to call it, but that's what and we all sat and laughed and cried out of laughter because of he told the nut joke at the table that night, and we'd had quite a few drinks that night, and in the parking lot he says, "Hey man, I need somebody to run the catering department." I said, "Stan, I got a job. I'm working with David Powers and doing the drag racing thing, and I'm really not looking. I'll teach you everything you need to know." Well, wasn't it long after that? "Hey Stan, you still got that job open?" "Yeah, come on, let's do it."
Yep.
And it's been a road, Sheila May. It has been a road. Yeah, she and I have been through some interesting times together.
Yeah.
With that guy there.
I know.
Oh,
Stan's always at the center of
you.
it.
Yeah.
I've heard stories about Sheila.
Sheila May. Yeah. Good stuff. It's great.
She's actually told him.
Yeah. So who's going to do the giveaway here as far as the award trophies? Have you judged the cars? Is somebody in charge of that?
I'm gonna consult. I've got a couple buddies over here, and they've made their rounds.
Oh,
so
you have.
consult.
So you guys have made the rounds.
I could go get my Buick.
You know, I seem to recognize these two.
Yeah.
They've been around.
They've been around.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Was it jail? Is that where I saw you last? I'm not sure.
At the county.
But at any rate, okay. Well, let's plan on doing that at 10:30.
Okay.
Okay. Because I know that the event is over at 11 o'clock, and guys are starting to leave, so we want to make sure that we get that in.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. Well, there's that too. Yes, I know the baby and the baby.
You didn't
mom.
bring the baby?
Didn't bring the baby.
No, it's a little young
But-
yet.
Yeah.
But it won't be long before his first tailpipes and tacos. That's for
good.
sure.
And by the way, you had threatened last time we had one of these events, that last time we talked, that you're going to have one over in Beaumont. And
Yes.
Mars would be thrilled
Yes.
to have it over there because, he lives in Neaterville.
Yep, I know. Yeah, it's definitely going to happen. I wanted to do it this year. Obviously, with the baby coming in, there was too much on the plate to commit to something over there. But we're going to put it on the calendar for
You
sure.
could have a diaper changing
I
contest.
I just had this epiphany. And that is, from what I hear, the Hot Rod Tour of Texas is going to make the way up this way this year,
This
as
way.
opposed to straight out of Victoria and go north through the hill country.
Okay.
Now, I don't know any of the details, neither does Mars. But I'm thinking, that would be an event, is to have a stop at a Lupe Tortilla along the way. It's only 300 cars. I mean, you could handle that.
Wow, we
got
could fit them in.
Capacity
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Somewhere. So I think that we should bring that up as a suggestion.
Well,
As a matter of fact, he's already punched in. He's listening. So,
We'll definitely reach out and see what we can figure out.
yeah, I think that would be a good thing. It'd be fun. Okay. Just an idea. Thought I'd throw it out
Great
there.
idea, Don.
All right.
It's the first one this year.
It is the first one. The first one in a long, long time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Amen.
Back when I was conscious. All right. Time now for a quick break. You good with that? You can get the
sir.
In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 through the Odyssey Radio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. Podcasts available from your favorite podcast provider, and we video stream our live weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And don't forget the In-Wheel Time app as well. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katy's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana, the Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Is your car ready for that all-important holiday road trip? Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having another car social Saturday, December 7th, and you're invited. Bring your car, truck, or SUV and find out what it'll take to get that thing looking new again. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, camera installs, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Join the Car Social Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon. Talk to other owners and see how good your car can look on the road trip to Aunt Mary's. She'll want that good-looking ride in her driveway, I promise. Put it on your calendar. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Holiday Car Social and Road Trip Get Ready. Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We'll see you then.
Welcome back to the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Next week, we're back in the Sugar Shack studios.
All right.
And we'll have your favorite features along with Zoom guests and so much more. And we'll be on the air live 10 to noon. Of course, we have always got the podcasts, et cetera, et cetera. All right. Let's do This Week in Auto History. Mr. Mars has that.
So I found 3 or 4 different stories that are really interesting that are kind of, let me tell you, November the 9th, 1937. Waldo Dean Waterman in San Diego, California.
Where's Waldo?
Got a patent for a revolutionary automobile that could transform into an airplane or from an airplane into a car.
Ooh, yeah.
Now, this was called the Aerobile, Arrowbile. It was based on a high-wing monoplane with detachable wings.
God.
It was later powered by a water-cooled Studebaker engine. And you could transform it into a car, or you could take the car and transform it into an airplane.
Hell, that's what I fly in Sky Eye right now.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So the system was built so that the same wheel that drove the car drove the airplane. One steering wheel, all the controls, and everything was built to interact in between everything. And it was designed with car-like standards, and you could put baggage underneath the seats, so if you were flying or driving, either way. Now, on February the 21st, 1937, the Aerobile made its maiden flight when the first 3 left California and went to Cleveland. Now, the number 5 was never completed, and the number 6 was actually completed in 1957, dubbed the Aerobile, Aerobile, and it's sitting in the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum in Virginia.
Cool.
Now, November the 10th, 1885. We had this conversation earlier. This was considered the first modern motorcycle, but they called it a riding car at the time. It was called the riding car, and at the controls was 17-year-old Paul Daimler, son of the bike's inventor, Gottlieb Daimler, Mercedes, all that good stuff. So he was the first biker. But some people want to argue that because it was made out of primarily wood, had wood wheels with iron rubber, where the rubber would go, it was iron on the tread.
Yeah.
And it had a platform on the bottom of it that had balancing wheels is what they called it. You know, what you used to call training wheels. So that they called them stabilizers, so they didn't really consider it a four-tire vehicle. So
like
they
training wheels almost.
Yeah, it was exactly like training wheels. And it was a single horizontal 264cc or 16 cubic inch engine. It's air cooling. Had a surface carburetor, and the ignition was by a hot tube. So it had a hot tube that was mounted on top of the engine. Underneath
a hot
the
tube?
I knew he was going there.
and so, unfortunately, the hot tube got hot and caught the seat on fire while he was driving it. But 600 RPM running speed, ran 120 to 180 RPM.
That'd take care of those hemorrhoids pretty quick, wouldn't it?
Exactly. So, again, 3.1 to 7.5 mile per hour during the initial trip. That's when the seat caught on fire. And so the fire destroyed the original creation in 1903, but they built several replicas, and they're in museums and stuff. But this is considered the first motorcycle.
First barbecue.
Yes. November the 12th, 1908. General Motors buys Oldsmobile. The founding of Oldsmobile took place in October the 14th, 1897. Between 1901 and 1904, the factory turned out the curved dash model, which is considered the first mass-produced automobile in the industry. Now, they used an automotive...
There's no damn dash in it.
It's curved.
There's nothing there. It's a little footwell. Well, you've changed it. Anyway, go ahead.
That's the new model.
They used it. The main thing was that they used it on an assembly line. Now, a lot of people talk about Ford created the assembly line. Ford had a automated moving assembly line where the car moved by itself. What Oldsmobile did before that, they would take the car, they would push it to the station, people would work on it there, then they would push it to the next station. Whereas before this came up, people would go to the car and they would build the car completely, and then they would go to the next car. So while Ford kind of mechanized everything, he really didn't create the first assembly line. However, so General Motors bought it, and it was really pretty successful for the decades but after that, it didn't really do that good. And in December 2000, General Motors announced that they were probably going to shut down the brand because of financial issues and low sales volume.
No.
Production ended on April 29, 2004, when it closed the oldest surviving American car brand. And that is This Week in Automobile History.
Well,
that's beautiful.
You know, I just saw in the crowd here at the Lupe Tortilla.
And it's a vast crowd. There's like elbows out here.
My nephew and his wife.
I'll be darned.
And is the grandson here? Oh, my God. I never get to see them. Look who showed up. This is my nephew. Brian Sweetland.
There you go.
His wife. I'm honored.
Are they from Austin?
No, from here.
And you don't go see them?
No, and they actually live in Sugar Land. He's a huge Sugar Land. Well, it used to be the Skeeters. Now it's the Space Cowboys. Yeah, and you are a Space Cowboy. You always have been. I know. I remember when he was born.
Okay.
My sister's child. All right, let's see how we doing here. Oh, we're doing good.
We doing good.
President-elect Donald Trump's transition team is planning to kill the $7,500 consumer tax credit for electric vehicle purchases.
Right.
As part of broader tax reform legislation. Two sources with direct knowledge of the matter told Reuters. Ending the tax credit could have grave implications for an already stalling U.S. EV transition. And yet representatives of Tesla, by far the nation's largest EV seller, have told a Trump transition committee they support ending the subsidy.
Well, it takes out some of their competitors probably. I do remember when they first started that, a bunch of people went out and bought electric golf carts as automobiles, and they got the $7,500 credit on a $10,000 golf cart.
Oops.
Well, they had lights, and they had brakes, and they had everything that qualified. And they put a license plate on it.
Well, you know, there are whole
State
communities
says
of
you gotta do that. It
people
costs
down
$10.
there. Whole community of people down there in Florida. That's all they drive in
That's
that
where I'm
community
going.
is nothing but the golf carts.
That's
Well,
where
around
I'm
our
going,
town,
baby.
they're getting to be more and more because of the
I
speed limits.
thought of Chase Murray because I've been seeing Reels videos on Facebook of these guys that have hot rodded golf carts. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I haven't seen
here
that
comes
yet.
Here comes a golf cart that can do burnouts and at least 60 miles an hour on a golf cart.
Or more.
And a lawnmower. Lawnmowers
Yeah,
too.
they have drag races for them.
Yeah.
He's lost.
One more story. No, I'm not. The average trade-in during the third quarter carried an all-time record amount of negative equity, with the Bower underwater by an average of $6,458, up 11% from a year earlier, according to Edmunds. 24% of trade-ins used for new vehicle purchases were underwater, up from 19% a year ago, through the lower, though lower than the 34% in the pre-pandemic third quarter of 2019, according to Edmunds. So you're upside down in your car and you keep buying more expensive cars, that's going to happen.
You keep going upside
Well,
down.
you buy them while they're really high back during the pandemic when there was a shortage, and now
Now
prices are
the price,
stabilized.
Yeah, well, the prices are out of this world, in my opinion. $40,000 for a average automobile for a new car.
Pay cash.
Wow. It's a lot, man.
Yeah, most people can't pay cash. Though.
Time now for a quick break. If you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Be sure and follow us on Facebook. We are back in a flash.
The holidays are upon us, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories is your local one-stop for the auto enthusiast on your gift list. Pro-Am Auto has been serving Houston since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am was one of the very first distributors in the U.S. for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbeau, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier shopping corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse and showroom with installation and service bays. Pro-Am reaches a worldwide audience through ProAmAuto.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. Holiday gift giving is alive and well at Pro-Am Auto. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
Hey, Houston, it's back! America's greatest hot rod tradition is Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 days of hot rods, customs, trucks, and muscle cars. Don't miss the Evel Knievel tribute. The Megamorph. Transforming robot car. Lowrider Showcase. Meet Catherine Bach from Dukes of Hazzard. Hip-hop legend Flava Flav. Farm Truck and Asian from Street Outlaws. Autorama. Thanksgiving weekend. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
From the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, Texas, it's the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we got car people among us, and we got trophies to give away for the 3 categories of vehicles that we're giving away trophies for, and Chase Murray's going to do that for us. We're going to do that right as soon as I shut up. That's how we're going to do that.
That's what we're hoping.
Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more. Jeff Zekin, our chief engineer, David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks so much for joining us today here on the last 30 minutes of our remote broadcast for today. And so, Chase, I understand that your boys have helped us out and picked out 3 winners, and you have to give us the categories and then the winner.
That's right. I have my friends help out. They've been my best friends for a long time. So
and
I
their
trust
names
them.
are?
Cody and Pilo. Cody actually drag races with me. He actually got into it when I sold him an older dragster of mine. And he's from Ridge City, Texas, and he runs in the Super Comp category also. So it's a really good time when we all get
So
to
he's
get
going to be
together.
competing against your wife?
That's it, all of us. And it's really fun when they call Super Comp dragsters to the lanes, and we have all
of y'all go.
all 3 Lupe Tortilla dragsters rolling up there. So it's just all fun, friendly competition every time. You know, a little bit of smack talk involved.
No doubt.
Sure.
No doubt.
Surely
A lot of
you
that he says.
What about the pillow talk?
Well, you know.
That's going to be between he and his wife, Jeff.
right,
you
just
remember
making
those
sure.
days? No, you don't.
No, you
Never
don't.
mind.
He's too old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So what do we got? So what are the categories?
So we have Best Hot Rod, we have Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic.
All right.
So if we want to get started on
yeah,
this.
let's do it. Best
All right,
hot rod. So
for-
everybody out there that is listening to our broadcast, we're going to give away the Chili Pepper trophies now. Chase Murray is going to be the one to do that. So let's do it. Yeah.
All right, guys, for Best Hot Rod, we have a 34 Ford owned by Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill and
Mr.
34
Bill.
Ford.
Mr. Bill.
34
Where's
Ford.
Mr. Bill?
Best Hot Rod.
He's right behind you.
All right, 30. All right.
Well, you know how these young kids are. They
Falsifying
can't-
records. Falsifying records. You got to get a picture. Just
Thank
get
you
a
so
picture.
much.
Anybody get a picture with him or?
She's coming.
She's coming.
Mama's coming with
You
the
gotta-
picture and
you
the
gotta
horse.
get over here.
Yeah, there you go.
What's Bill's last name?
Grote. G-R-O-T-E.
Grote. Grote.
Grote. Bill, congratulations.
Thank you,
for
Mr. Bill.
coming. We appreciate you.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah. So let's do the next one.
All right, for best classic, we have the '69 Camaro SS, owned by Steve.
Is that that orange one with the white stripes over there?
That's what they're telling me.
Oh my God, Steve, are you over there with your '69 Camaro SS?
Steve, bring your keys.
Here's Steve right here.
Steve, you got the keys?
How you doing,
Steve,
Steve?
we
I don't need to verify this.
I
with the
don't believe
keys.
I've ever been
we need
jealous.
the keys just so we can verify it.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll get a picture.
Get a picture, Steve.
Yeah.
What's Steve's last name?
Steve, what's your last name? Huh?
Sonia.
Steve Sonia. Thank you. We're going to see
Thank
you
you
next
for
time.
coming.
We love your car, man. I do. It's my car.
Where's the keys?
I'll never own one, never drive one, but boy, I'll tell you what, I sure like your car.
He'll drool on it a little bit if
I
you don't
will
mind.
drool, yeah, there's that.
Come for your
That
daughter,
thing's
Chuck.
gorgeous. All right, so next on the list is modern classic. We have a '99 GTR owned by Will.
Will, GTR.
GTR Will?
Come on up, Will.
Where are you, Will? There's
the
Will
girl?
right there.
Will's right there.
Is that your son you got with you? Awesome.
Come around here, fellas.
Come around. There you go, brother.
Get Will in there.
Congratulations.
There you go,
Get
buddy.
his son in there.
And what's your son's name?
Owen.
Owen.
Get Owen in there.
Okay.
Turn the
Very
trophy
good.
so you can see
look,
it, Owen.
Look at her right there. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
What's Will and Owen's last name?
Ditton, D-I-T-T-O-N.
Very
Very
nice.
good.
Hey,
It's your
congratulations.
first trophy, Owen.
Yeah, be sure and come back again, okay?
We'll see. Did you get a taco? Did you donate toys? All that good stuff?
All right.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Very
He
good.
loves tacos.
good
That's a
deal.
good place to be.
Very
Thanks,
good.
guys.
Thank you. So the trophies have been awarded.
Congratulations,
everybody.
Yes.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everybody, for coming
And
out.
thanks everybody for coming out.
Yeah.
We really
Thank you for the
appreciate it.
toys.
And
Got lots of toys.
yeah, where's Stan? Is Stan around? What, Sheila? Do you know what year his
There he is.
his little hot rod is right there?
That high boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to find out a
32?
little. Is it a?
I would go with 32, but
I'm
I'm
thinking
not that
32.
good at it.
Is it a high boy, a low boy? What is
No,
that?
that's a high boy.
That's an oh boy.
It's a high boy. Okay.
Hi, boy.
What year is it? 32 wayside. Yeah.
That's how many lies he told today. 32.
I'm trying to catch up with you.
32 lies today.
It's a 32 high boy, yeah. So, well, I guess we didn't talk to you about that car. That's the one that Stan drove here today.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to get.
He
when
was
I
all
grow
bundled
up.
up when he drove in.
I was at a college reunion, which is amazing because I was only in college for 2 weeks. And the auction, I think the Mecum auction was going on. I couldn't be there because I went to, just north of San Antonio to this. So I called Frank Gilchrist. I said, "Are you going to the auction?" He said, "Yes." I want a 32 Ford, but I don't want to spend a fortune on it. How much can I spend? Oh, no, Frank, I'm not.
We're not doing it that way.
I'm not going to be a one-man auction here, So he bought it for me. And I think it was like $28,000 or something.
That's a whole
And it's got a Cobra motor. It wasn't that nice when I got it, but it was nice. It drives so good. So we painted it and redid the upholstery, and it's kind of like George Washington's Hatchet now, but it's really a good driving car. It's a 5-speed Tremac, and it's just a great driving car. So
With the wheels that you've got on it, with the wire wheels and stuff, it just.
I know. And
most people are putting chrome and all that, which is fine.
Yeah.
But that's
so
absolutely
error
different.
correct. And then we powder coated the grill to match.
And you know what? That grill makes that car.
I do. I think it does too.
Oh my God, it's just perfect.
I'm so tempted to put. You know how they used to put the race car number in the grill?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really tempted to do that, but
it is brilliant.
Slick,
it needs to be left the hell alone.
Yes, exactly. Stop. It's
Leave,
perfect.
quit.
Yep. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. So what is the car behind it?
I don't know. It's the second.
That's
I think it's the
GTR.
second ugliest car ever built. It might be the.
So it's not your car?
No, heck no.
Okay.
I don't buy ugly cars. But that thing I understand is rocket ship fast, super valuable. They only made a handful of them. My son has one. It looks like it looks like they got pieces from all the manufacturers. It is the GTR.
Yeah.
It looks like you got pieces of car from all the manufacturers.
Stan, what is it?
It's a Toyota.
A Toyota
GTR.
GTR.
It's a GTR.
Oh, okay.
The wheel just
Because I couldn't see the grill on it.
I'm a generation or 3 behind that, so I don't understand it.
My son faints over that kind of
Well,
stuff.
my son does too. He's got one, so I don't get it. But
We had a JDM guy on not too long ago.
Right-hand drive.
With he had a right-hand drive car,
Oh.
and it would, if we were that age today, that's what we would be into.
if we were that age today, we wouldn't have the money to be into that.
Exactly.
Well, there's that.
That's that. Yeah,
There's that.
That's still there.
But it's funny because we talked to a guy that actually goes to Japan, buys those cars, has them shipped here, and they're not as expensive as you would think they would be.
Oh, really?
Correct.
I'll be darned. I thought.
Yeah.
You would think.
When you're buying and importing them. Now, when you sell them on the retail, they get real expensive.
Yeah.
I missed an opportunity because I hadn't decided to sell some cars. But a friend of mine has got a little used car lot in Santa Ana, California. And he called me just on fire. He said, "Hey, I've got this guy here, and he's from Dubai, and he's looking for classic cars. He's got no budget." Now, we were on the road racing. I said, "Dick, I can't." He'll fly into Houston, and you tell him what you want, and we'll ship them and everything. So I missed that wonderful opportunity.
Well, yeah, but that's going to be a pick and choose. I'll sell that one, but I ain't selling that one.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
But the GTO, and my brother says, "Why did you sell the GTO? It's the best car you have." And I said, "Well, you're an old guy, so you think that, But
right.
It is a really good car.
Yeah, the market's kind of soft on stuff like that right now, unfortunately.
But you know what? The market, it follows generation. The classic car market is soft right now. But I think after the election, it's going to make a turn after the first of the year. Right now, it's a good time to buy. But the 70 model cars are the ones that are selling now because those guys finally made some money. They're in their late 40s. So like, I stole a 46 Ford. Well, that generation that drove that car when they were kids, they're out of the game.
Yeah, they're 80s, 90s.
Yeah, they're just out of the game. So, I bought a beautiful 46 Ford. I had it here, I think, the last car show, a humpback.
Yes.
The paint job was $15,000.
Yeah. Wow.
I think I paid $22,000 for it.
Oh.
It's had it recarpeted. It's got air. It's got a Windsor 351. Automatic, power windows, everything. So it was either a divorce car or an estate car, I would imagine.
Where do you find those cars? You find them online, or is somebody calls
that's
you?
An auction. That's an auction.
It was
car.
an auction car.
Yeah.
Really?
You got to be, and I'm sure you got to be careful at an auction.
Right.
Sometimes cars are at an auction for a reason. There's problems.
Yeah.
But that car was, just stainless steel underneath the car, and everything was perfect. And like I say, just that generation that was driving that car when he was in high school, they're out of the game now. They're not playing the game. So
last time we talked to Michael Wooding, which he does the appraisals and things.
Yes.
That's what he was telling us. The 50s, Tri-5s,
Mm-hmm.
man, they're dirt cheap because those guys are
Dead.
out, and the 20 and 30, 40-year-olds, that's not what they want. They want the 70s,
That's
80s,
what
or
they
more.
want.
Yeah.
And if you do have a car like that, they want an LS in it.
Yes.
I'm in the midst of restoring a 57 Ford Fairlane 300.
Oh.
And it's got the gold down the side. And we're painting it. It's a Lexus color. It's titanium silver or something like that with that saddle colored leather interior in it. And but I'm leaving the original T-Bird motor because it's a lower end 57 Ford.
Is it an E-motor?
I don't know. It's a 312.
I think that's the
with
E-motor,
one
but
4-barrel. I think
yeah.
so. But it was unusual because it'd have a 292 from the cheaper ones, and that
Right.
did it.
There it
But
goes there.
it's an automatic. It's in Louisiana, getting airbagged and done correctly. That car will bring some money, and I don't know why because it doesn't match what we're talking about.
No, but it's a resto mod that somebody that wants something classic looking, but they want air conditioning, they want automatic, they want to
exactly.
be able to drive it comfortably.
Exactly. So we put an LS in Sheila's Cadillac, and I had the big 450 whatever it was Cadillac motor in it.
Yeah, 455.
Numbers matching car. I didn't want to change it, but those old motors were just clumsy.
They were.
So I finally said, let's heck with it, put an LS in it.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad I did. And the guy that did it, Sean Broussard in Louisiana, he does 2 cars at a time. I think he had it 6 or 8 months, and it had already been restored on TV.
Right. Yeah.
But he redid the airbags and put the LS in it and pulled the front off and did the engine compartment and did it correctly. Made the valve cover so it doesn't look like an LS, And just like you said, you get in it. Air blows cold. You can drive it.
Went back to the
that's what you
nostalgic
want to
look.
do.
Yeah.
You know, if you're 16, 17, 18 years old back then, yeah, okay. It's hard to start.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want that no more.
I don't want that. I'm over it. Yeah.
That's right.
Well, Chase has kind of adopted that car, which is fine with his mom. But that was my dream when I bought it. It was silver with a black top and really bad red vinyl upholstery. And I thought, well, that'd be fun for her to pull up at the restaurant. And I thought that would be the car's destiny. But Chase got his hands on it, and I guess it's
okay too, though.
I guess it's
Yeah.
it is okay. Yeah, and she's enjoying it.
Well,
So-
not only that, but you can get into the car and it'll start. You don't have to worry about the
That's why I
carburetor
wouldn't
and
start
all that.
this morning, though, because we're having a car show,
Well,
Well,
there's
of course,
that.
of course.
But they put lithium batteries in there, and it charged up in about 15 minutes and on the road. You know?
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Really
you get
good.
to the restaurant, it's 10 o'clock at night, and you're ready to go home. You don't want to be
Oh,
out
yeah.
there jacking with it. You want to just start
No.
and go home.
Or call them the tow truck. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was going to say, have you walked your show?
I did.
or- yeah?
I walked a bunch. Yeah, there's really
Good stuff. A lot of good stuff
really
out
good
there.
cars. Yeah.
Everybody's leaving now, but I will tell you that, this twice-a-year event has been a hit. If
It
you
has.
remember correctly, the last one that you had, it filled up all the parking lots.
Yes, it
and
did.
this one, I think, came close if it didn't.
Yeah, well, it spilled
pretty
over
close.
to next door and back around the back.
Right.
I'm really, I don't know who's listening, but I'm thrilled with the people that came out and support the cruise in. We love to do it, but it's disappointing if you have one drop of rain and there's 22 cars in the parking lot. You know.
But you know what? That's part of the cruise-in scene. Unfortunately, you have to deal with the weather. And matter of fact, I even posted on my own personal Facebook page last night. I said, look, the weather is going to be absolutely perfect. You're not going to blazing hot sun.
Yep.
The temperatures are going to be perfect.
Ideal.
A cloud cover with no chance of rain. Bring it on today. I can't tell you how many responses I got.
Well,
From a photography perspective, coming out taking pictures of cars,
This
is ideal.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Yeah.
And thanks to Chase, he does a great job promoting it, on Facebook. And
let's not forget Mary. Mary does a great job.
Can't forget Mary.
Awesome.
Love the posters.
I know. Her posters. If you come to our offices now, I used to have pictures, that you get at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I want my cars, and so now we've done so many shows. All of them are just lined up down
I'll
the
be honest
hallway.
with you. You know what? You could probably sell
Kind
those.
of what I was thinking,
You could probably sell those. I mean, I would buy them.
Charity,
there's
we
one.
buy these. We're going to send them.
There's one.
There's one, yeah.
There's one.
Yeah,
You're probably right. She also did wouldn't call it a collage, but she did like the table tent size pictures of the cars and put them all in one frame.
Oh, yeah.
So there's like 12 of them in one frame of all the different ones. That would be fun to have. you
Yeah,
know. So
it would be.
If
But
you decide to do that, seriously, there are places. We used to use one in Dallas that people would want it, say they wanted a poster, and for whatever reason, whatever you want to do, it's $10, $20, whatever. They would order it, and they would drop ship it to them. They would print it and drop ship it
Oh,
to them.
okay.
You don't have to deal with all that crap.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
particularly, and then the money comes to you based on whatever you set up with the company that does that. But there's several of them, and there's one that we used to use in Dallas that was really good. I mean, we're talking.
Let me know about
big
that,
stuff.
and get them in touch with Mary, and maybe do something along those lines. So
Yeah.
she's really a talented, gifted person.
She is. She is.
Yeah,
She is.
And she's very nice.
She does
She's
very nice designs.
It just
yeah.
blows me away because she'll send me one for approval, and you can't find anything wrong with it. And it's like, what would I do to this?
What do you mean? I need to approve this?
Approve
What-
this. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good.
What's wrong with it? Tell me.
Ship
Well,
it.
let's see. The first one she did, and Sheila caught it. I didn't. It said Tailpipes in tacos.
Oh, well,
Got that little
okay.
Mexican shot in there, You got tails,
Arriba.
twice pipes,
And then you got curb feelers and all
Yeah,
that stuff
No,
going
yeah,
on.
Those
Come
were
on.
great, weren't they? That was a wide white wall days. That's what,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Remember
I
them
think
well.
you can still get them from J.C. Whitney.
I think you can.
J.C. Whitney, I don't believe. Well, actually, I think
They
they
are.
are. It's a mail order thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
But
online.
It's online. They don't have a catalog anymore. You go
Oh.
online, and it's all the stuff on there. But I do have one J.C. Whitney catalog that I've saved.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. I probably don't do a catalog anymore.
No,
Guess
they
not.
don't. We talked to them several years ago down at an event, and they They're strictly online now. Yeah.
Well, before I go, I want to thank you guys. You bring such a great dimension to this thing. It
Thanks.
makes it seem professional and well done. You all have got great
fake
faces for
everybody out.
radio, and it's just
amen to that.
Voices for newspapers.
Yeah, voices for newspapers. No, but it does. It's just I don't think anybody else is doing anything like that.
No, they're not.
So, if you get a chance, your listeners call in. I really appreciate their input and suggestion because it's not for advertising. Grace of God, we don't need advertising. We're busier than we should be, but just to give back and this car deal is such a part of my life.
Yes, of course.
And when we got in the cars, and the neighbor came out and goes, "Boy, you're living your dream today." I said, "I really am." Come to the car show and show off some of the cars, but just the people, how many we've had and how long they stayed. Usually it seems like 10 o'clock.
We got here at 6 this morning, and they were rolling in right after 6.
Yeah,
nice. That's so
the
cool.
Camaro boys. Yeah.
Yeah, they were here plenty early.
Well, thank you all again. I
Thank you,
appreciate
man.
it so much. And
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Stan.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
We love you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Love you.
All right, guys.
All right, Stan Holt. Okay. Hey, our show continues, the fall car show that we call it, our remotes.
Fall tour.
The fall tour. December 7th, Gulf Coast Auto Shield, road trip, get ready, and car social. Be sure to put that on your calendar and come by and see us. It's over there on the West Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. And next weekend, we're back in the Sugar Shack Studios. And we're back on the In Will Time Car Talk Show right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katy's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana, the Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Is your car ready for that all-important holiday road trip? Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having another car social Saturday, December 7th, and you're invited. Bring your car, truck, or SUV and find out what it'll take to get that thing looking new again. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, camera installs, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Join the Car Social Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon. Talk to other owners and see how good your car can look on the road trip to Aunt Mary's. She'll want that good-looking ride in her driveway, I promise. Put it on your calendar. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Holiday Car Social and Road Trip Get Ready. Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In Will Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. We'll see you then.
It's the In Will Time Car Talk Show. Thank you very much for joining us today. We're kind of wrapping things up here. Wanted to get a couple of other headlines in, but before we do, we wanted to say hello to Mrs. Zekin, who's joined us, and the granddaughter over there, Kylie.
Yeah. They're not even paying attention.
Thank you all for coming. Can't believe that you made it out here. Of course, she only lives down the street. What am I talking about?
Yeah, but it's before noon and she's up.
Oh, there's that. It's before noon and you're awake. There's always that. That's my nephew right there, by the way.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, the guy in the orange shirt.
There you go.
Brian.
She's not paying
Meet
attention.
Jeff's wife.
Why is he
and
so good
granddaughter.
looking and you're not?
Well, I know. I ain't got nothing to do with any of that. Tesla Incorporated CEO Elon Musk and entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy will lead a new Department of Government Efficiency tasked to dismantle government bureaucracy,
All right.
slash regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies. Well, that's pretty much everything, isn't it? President-elect Donald Trump announced Tuesday on the campaign trail, Trump said a government efficiency effort would develop a plan to eliminate fraud and improper payments, conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the federal government, said partner with the White House's Office of Management and Budget, and said their work will conclude no later than July 4th, 2026, the nation's 250th anniversary. I thought I'd throw that in there.
Throw it in.
Rivian Automotive and Volkswagen Group formally launched their joint venture with a potential $5.8 billion deal to bring next-generation electrical architecture and software for both automakers' electric vehicles based on Rivian's current technology. All right, well, good luck with that.
A lot of billion-dollar deals going on out here in the
I know.
world.
And Cadillac says its Vistic electric crossover will give the brand an early edge in a not yet crowded luxury segment.
No, not yet.
Really?
For Cadillac, no.
When it arrives for the 2026 model year, the 3-row Vistic will round out Cadillac's electric vehicle crossover lineup, which also includes the midsize Lyric and the upcoming compact Optic.
Oh, yeah.
That will give all three of Cadillac's gasoline crossovers, which shrink to 2 after the compact XT4 is discontinued in January, a similarly sized electric counterpart. I think I got all of those stories in. I can't believe that I did that, but somehow, some way I did.
You did. It was good.
Talk fast.
Stan wanted to add something to this.
Okay, well,
Where'd he
He
go?
just told me, he said Trump has added the gas guzzler rebate coming up.
The gas guzzler
Gas guzzler rebate.
Rebate, that's right. So when you get your gas guzzler, you can get a rebate.
All right.
An EV rebate.
Instead of his microphone's not on, and instead of an EV rebate,
That's
you
right.
get a gas guzzler rebate.
Yeah.
Drill, baby, drill.
Well, see, but isn't gas prices are going down? So it's
Well, I don't
time
know.
to buy a couple of hot
my
rods.
gas station is like $2.49
Yeah,
for
something
credit
like that,
card. You can get it for $2.29
Pay
if
cash.
you pay cash.
Yeah. See, a couple of restaurants have started showing if you pay us cash, we would appreciate it because we don't have to pay that 3% to the credit card company. They're not giving me a discount, but they are cutting it.
Or you can say, hey, it doesn't work. Can you turn on the pump for me? And they'll do it on the cash price, and you pay with the credit card at the end.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I do. I know a guy.
I just got to say, really, you can get away with that? Only
I
you
go to the
could get
pump,
away with
and
that.
I'll go in because I know the guy. I say, hey, can you turn on the pump for me? Sure. And it goes cash in it, and you fill it up, and you go.
Here's my credit card, as opposed to cash. Well, I have not tried that.
Jeff the scammer.
Who would have thunk? Well, you know, he
Forget
is
about it.
a sales. Hey, man, how are you?
He
Good
knows,
to see you.
he knows the guy.
Y'all
All right,
do the
you
same.
be good.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yeah,
good to see you again.
Good to see you.
We'll
Thanks
see you
for
next
stopping
one.
by.
You bet.
Be good.
See, those are just some folks that are just coming in.
Everybody's having a good time.
Everybody's having a good time.
We are. The Marines are here.
Yes.
The Marines are here.
They're not paying any attention to us, but the
the
Marines
are
are
here.
Are you listening to everything that we said?
Okay.
They finally turned around and acknowledged us. Yeah, there's that. Thank you. Yeah, everybody's leaving. Well, it's over with at 11
We
o'clock.
love Marines.
And the restaurant opens at 11 o'clock.
There you go.
I still have not found there was a black 67, 68 fastback over there that I swear
I'll tell you what.
was a barn find, but
We'll
I
wait till
can't
next-
find the owner.
That
Next time,
Volkswagen
Mike.
bus is too cool for
I know.
school.
It is cool.
Yeah, and they've got the Christmas lights on the top rack.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
It is all good stuff. Some great turnout here today. Every kind of car and year, make, and model that you can imagine.
Absolutely.
This is probably the most well-sorted car show.
Well behaved.
Well, there's that, of course, well behaved,
Yeah,
yes.
but
But it's also
the variety.
different, the variety of cars. Every kind of car that you can imagine here. What I should have done is I should have put what am I driving? The Lexus GX 550. It's a brand new vehicle for them, and it's very Land Rover-esque.
Oh, yeah.
And I should have brought it out
I saw
there.
it sitting over there, and I thought, what is he driving?
Yeah, that's a
Rover-esque.
Lexus GX 550. It's
When I first saw it, I thought it was a Range Rover. I really did.
All right.
Land Rover Range
We're
Rover.
going to take a quick break, and we're going to wrap up today's show from the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex and Tailpipes and Tacos.
Did you see
right
that El
here on the
Camino way out
In Wheel
there? Saw
Time
that.
Car Talk Show? Stay
Where
with us.
was he?
The holidays are upon us, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories is your local one-stop for the auto enthusiast on your gift list. Pro-Am Auto has been serving Houston since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am was one of the very first distributors in the U.S. for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbeau, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier shopping corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse and showroom with installation and service bays. Pro-Am reaches a worldwide audience through ProAmAuto.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. Holiday gift giving is alive and well at Pro-Am Auto. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
Hey, Houston, it's back! America's greatest hot rod tradition is Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Auto-Rama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 days of hot rods, customs, trucks, and muscle cars. Don't miss the Evel Knievel tribute, the Megamorph, transforming robot car, lowrider showcase. Meet Catherine Bach from Dukes of Hazzard, hip-hop legend Flava Flav, Farm Truck and Asian from Street Outlaws. Auto-Rama, Thanksgiving weekend. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts, part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
I wonder if Catherine Bach is going to be wearing her Daisy Dukes.
Oh.
What is she, 70 now? No. Hey, that's it for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check out our website, inwheeltime.com. Follow us on Facebook. Give us a like. Tell your car friends about us and share our stuff. We'll keep you connected to all things automotive all week long. By the way, you can always send us an ugly email anytime at info@inwheeltime.com.
Or if it's really ugly, send it to Jeff at InWheelTime.
There you go.
Jeff at InWheelTime. We like car pics too, so send us some of your car with a description and any info you'd want to include with it, and we'll feature it on a future show. When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In-Wheel-Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the Odyssey radio app. Grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider, and we live stream this show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com every Saturday, usually from 10 to noon Central Time. The In-Wheel-Time video technical director is We Always Need More, Jeff Zeek.
We do.
For booking agent, video editor, people finder, Mike Out of This World Mars, and chief engineer David Ainsley, I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks for joining us. Next week, we're back in the Sugar Shack studios, and we invite you to join the car party then. The live broadcast is going to be from 10